You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
More rain in the forecast, and we are still in a code red weather alert. Dense fog on top of that this morning. Could be a slow go of it. We're going to work you through it.
Coming up, I'll have details on new surveillance video and a statement from Chris Young's lawyer after the singer was arrested earlier this week.
All right, thank you so much for joining us here on Fox 17 News this morning. It is a Thursday morning here on January the 25th. I'm Justin McFarland. We're going to begin this morning with some breaking news that we're following after one man is behind bars when police say he was seen dragging a body down the stairs of his apartment complex. Now, the Metro Nashville Police Department says that the maintenance worker at the Parliament Place Apartments saw Dominic Collier dragging a body wrapped in blankets and a shower curtain down the stairs yesterday. They say the body was later found in a nearby rain culvert. Now, we're told that the coroner is working to determine the identity and cause of death. Right now, Collier is being charged with abuse of a corpse, as well as failure to report a body and tampering with evidence. We'll continue to stay on top of the story and bring you more as soon as we learn more. In the meantime, let's get to Greg. We've gone code red because of this rain that just won't stop.
It just will not. We're getting it in round after round, and we're going to see more of it this morning into the afternoon. So here are the big bullet points this morning and the things that have changed since maybe you went to bed last night. And here we are. Flood watches continue. Flooding is possible, especially mainly south of I-40. And then additional 1 to 2 inches of rain cannot be ruled out. Standing water, you're going to find it. You're going to have ponding there on some of the roadways. Watch out for hydroplaning and watch out in general. We have a lot of fog this morning to work through. Dense fog advisory in effect for all of Middle Tennessee until 9 a.m. and all of southern Kentucky until noon. More showers and a possibility of a thunderstorm or two during the afternoon. We'll take a look at on Future Track. Cooler by Sunday. But this is the area of the flood watch. It has not changed since yesterday morning, so at least there are no worsening of the flood situation here compared to 24 hours ago. This is the new thing that happened overnight, though. This is the dense fog advisory for everyone, which means we're getting a map like this. The hotter the color, the lower the visibility. As you take a look west of I-65, I mean, areas like Clarksville, Dickson, Hopkinsville, you get up near Gallatin, anywhere basically west and northwest of Nashville, and the fog becomes even more dense. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, very warm today. 65 degrees later this afternoon, 59 degrees tomorrow, and then we'll stay in the 50s until a cool down by the end of the weekend that'll take us into next week.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get out to White Bridge Road. White Bridge Road out there in West Nashville. Traffic is doing okay, but the fog is with us there out there. So heads up as you head out and about in that direction, in that area. We're doing okay overall. No major crashes or tie-ups out there on the interstates this morning. But please be advised, TDOT is going to be out and about doing emergency construction in some cases and also dealing with this fog that is going to be fairly thick across many areas of the mid-state for parts of the morning. We want to bring you an update to some news that we brought you yesterday as the TBI has identified a person found dead in a car in Ashland City. The agency says that 22-year-old Corbin Rich was found in the 17th block of Bear Wallow Road. They have not released the exact cause of death as of yet. The investigation is still ongoing. Tomorrow is the day that country music singer Chris Young and his lawyer want charges filed by the Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission to be dropped. This is after surveillance videos released of what happened earlier in a week down at a Nashville bar. Let's get to Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar live on Lower Broadway with the latest on this.
Good morning, Justin. Well, it all started behind me here on Tin Roof. ABC agents say that they walked through this door Monday night, checking people's...
All right, we got to check back in with Karen coming up here in the next few minutes. In the meantime, there is news from Metro Police as they say a man is charged in 2 sexual assault cases less than a week apart. We're going to tell you exactly where all of this happened. Plus, Fox 17 News continues on in our Code Red weather alert, which includes fog this morning. Greg Bobus has the very latest when we come back.
Fox 17.
4:07 is the time. Country music singer Chris Young and his lawyers want charges filed by the Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission to be dropped. This is after surveillance video is released of what happened at a downtown bar earlier this week. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar live for us this morning on Lower Broadway with the very latest.
Good morning, Justin. Well, it all started behind me here on Tin Roof. ABC agents say that they walked through this store Monday night and checked IDs, including singer Chris Young's ID. After compliance, ABC agents say in an affidavit that they walked nearby to Dog House, where they then say that Chris Young and his friends followed them over. The affidavit also states that Chris Young allegedly stuck an agent on the shoulder. However, Young's lawyer says a new surveillance video tells a different story. Take a look at your screen. This was taken from inside of Dog House. It shows that Chris Young and his lawyers did enter that bar. Then you can see the moment an agent pushes the 6'4" singer, who topples onto the ground. Young's lawyer saying in part in a statement, "In light of the video evidence, Tennessee ABC needs to drop the charges and apologize for the physical, emotional, and professional harm done towards my client." A retired Metro police officer comments on the situation. Take a listen.
When someone grabs you or puts their hands on you and you don't know what their intentions are, you check them back to create space and distance. It's called a reactionary gap.
Fox 17 News also reached out to ABC, who says they will not comment past the police documents. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, Karen, we'll continue to watch that case, of course. In the meantime, let's get to Greg Bubba standing by with the fog and more heavy rain.
Yes, we are not quite done with this by any means. The fog going to linger with us through about 8, 9 o'clock this morning, and then the rain moves back in a little more on the heavy side by early afternoon. There could even be a small storm threat and maybe even some gusty wind as a few of those storms track into our southeastern counties. So stay weather aware. You want the rain gear today. You're going to probably want to give yourself a little extra time just starting the morning routine and getting up and out the door, because with the rain coming down and the dense fog advisory that will again be with us for the entire morning commute, it's going to be a slow go for a lot of us. Taking a look here, future rainfall throughout the end of today, a half of an inch to maybe up to 2 inches of rain. If you get stuck under one of those heavier pockets that has some thunder and lightning this afternoon, that's your best bet to see the totals a little bit higher in a few of those areas. But overall, we're going to be done with this by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. We're going to be warm today. Temperatures will be kind of steady right there in the middle 50s through 8, 9 o'clock, and then we go into the low to middle 60-degree temperature range this afternoon.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to a couple of things. Let's start here on the north side. This is going to be I-24 at I-65. As you can see, things are very foggy out there. Very foggy conditions to get us started out there, depending on where you're coming from. But there are parts of downtown that are just quite frankly missing on some of our cameras because of the fog that has come through. Accident-wise, we're doing fine. Really no major problems out there. We'll continue to watch things for you, let you know exactly what happens, but we're here with you live and local through 9. We're new this morning. A man is being charged with sexually assaulting 2 women just over a week apart and trying to keep them from leaving his apartment. Metro Police say that it was Tanner Patterson who talked with women on social media, then met them at his apartment on Brentwood Drive, then attacked the women and took their money. Detectives were investigating Patterson in the first case, which happened on January the 14th. They say the second attack happened Tuesday night. Police say that Patterson is now facing multiple charges and was on supervised federal release for bank robbery when he was arrested. I want to bring you an update to breaking news that we brought you yesterday morning. We now know the name of a man who was killed in a shooting in Antioch. Police say that it was a 22-year-old named Jonathan Castillo who was picking up his toddler from his ex-girlfriend's house when he was shot. Now, a witness says that 2 gunmen told the victim to put his hands up, and then they opened fire. The victim was taken to the hospital where he later died. Police have not identified any suspects, but if you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers right there at the number. We can get that number for you. Of course, Crime Stoppers is where Metro Police is trying to figure out exactly how to stop crime. Well, news from Smoky Bar News. A shopping center in Greenbrier burst into flames just yesterday. Multiple fire departments turned up from across the area to try and put out that fire on Highway 41. You can see the flames shooting from the window. It briefly shut down the street, but no injuries were reported. Smoking Bar News is reporting that Greenbrier's fire chief says the blaze is under investigation still. There was a very large fire, as you can see there. The damage is, well, pretty extensive. Well, coming up, Russia claims that a plane full of Ukrainian prisoners of war was shot down by Ukraine's own forces. We've got more on that claim coming up in a few minutes. An overnight thaw creating tough driving conditions throughout the mid-state. We're going to tell you how you can stay safe in weather like this.
Watch Fox 17.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Live look there in Dickson on Highway 46. The fog is out there for sure. As you can see, we are continuing to follow this code red weather alert because of not just the fog, but the heavy rain. Greg Bobus has got the details coming up here in the next few minutes. In the meantime, presidential candidate Nikki Haley is insisting that she stays in the Republican primary even after losing by double digits to former President Trump in New Hampshire. Fox 17's Ultra Al-Nashar is reporting.
Former President Donald Trump pulling off a decisive victory in the New Hampshire primary, 11 points ahead of former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley.
This is a fantastic state.
Just 8 days after his victory in Iowa that was so decisive, all but one of his opponents dropped out of the race. Trump appearing irritated, Haley didn't do the same Tuesday night.
I said, what's she doing? We won.
Even the Biden-Harris campaign weighed in a statement saying it is now clear that Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee. But Haley says the race is far from over.
New Hampshire is first in the nation. It is not the last in the nation.
Next month, voters in Nevada and South Carolina will have their say. But because of GOP party rules, Haley is not eligible to earn delegates in Nevada. In her home state, former President Trump is way ahead of her in the polls, and the winner there will take home all 50 delegates for that state. Soon after, March 5th, that brings us to Super Tuesday. 874 delegates that night will be up for grabs across more than a dozen states, and a lot of them are winner take all, like California. That is a huge prize. 169 delegates up for grabs there. Texas, also a really big one, 161 delegates. And the more former President Trump is winning in these states, especially winner-take-all states, the closer he's getting to the 1,215 delegates needed to secure the GOP presidential nomination. But still, Haley is insisting that she's the only Republican who can defeat President Biden in a general election. Now, out with this ad in South Carolina.
A rematch no one wants. There's a better choice for a better America. Her story started right here.
It's an uphill battle for Haley that's getting steeper as members of her party line up behind Trump. In a break from protocol, RNC Chair Ronna McDaniel says this.
I'm looking at the math and the path going forward, and I don't see it for Nikki Haley.
But as she has since day one, Haley insists she's being underestimated. In Washington, I'm Ultra Al-Nashar reporting.
All right, let's check out this fog that has been really penetrating the mid-state here over the last few hours or so overnight. This is from our own news anchor, Scott Couch, who was driving on his way home there in parts of Sumner County. You can see where that fog is rather thick. Greg Bobus is here with us. How much longer is this fog going to last here with us, Greg?
Straight through the entire morning commute. I don't see this really lifting until about 9, 10 o'clock this morning.
9 or 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is really dense. That video doesn't even do it justice until you get out inside of it. We just came into it.
Yeah.
And we have that and the water that's already on the ground from all the rain. So we kind of have both of those things working against us this morning. That has us in a code red. Not much on the radar right now that we're tracking actively, which is good, but there will be plenty behind this. We'll just put a few quick little tracks on where a few of these pockets are. Moving up toward the Dickson area, 15 minutes away for you, 23 minutes from Charlotte. And then this is all very light rainfall. No thunder, no lightning right now. And we'll go down toward McMinnville as well. You're going to have about 15 minutes until the rain picks up. It'll be light, it will be steady, and it will continue to persist through the area going into this afternoon. Let's take a look at future track and what we can expect for the rest of this morning and this afternoon. So this is starting off right now. We'll move in through 7 a.m. Focus on the areas that are in yellow. These are the areas where we have the best chance for heavier rainfall. We're talking about our southeastern counties and also the areas that have the best chance for a thunderstorm or two later today. This is 10 a.m. Even some oranges and reds. Small little pockets of very heavy rainfall late morning into early afternoon. 1 p.m. transitions back out to the Cumberland Plateau, but you can see almost from the bottom of your screen pulling up and to the right is how this system's going to move through. By 6 p.m. we're basically done. There'll be a few more light showers on the backside of this, but the steady, consistent rainfall done as we go past dinner time and then into tonight. Very warm today, calling it a 65-degree high overnight, barely falling out of the 50s, and then tomorrow right up near 60 again. The right side of your screen, though, going into next week, we will be a little bit cooler, back to the 40s for high temperatures.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to I-40 at Dawson Pike. As you can see, traffic is doing very, very well out there. No big problems for you so far out there on the interstates. We are always watching for you, though, to let you know exactly what new things may pop up. But even though there is fog and plenty of it across the midstate here, it's causing no significant delays right now when it comes to your traffic. Russia's claim that Ukraine shot down a military plane transporting its own prisoners of war. Now, all 74 people on board that plane were killed, including 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war that were headed for a swap. Now, the Russian Defense Ministry is claiming that it registered the launch of 2 missiles from Ukraine on its radar. Russia offered no evidence of this, and Ukraine did not immediately confirm or deny this claim. The White House says it couldn't weigh in either. An anonymous United States official says it's not clear whether or not the Ukrainian POWs were actually on the plane. Well, coming up, it looks like the Los Angeles Chargers have hired Jim Harbaugh as their next head coach. We're going to tell you what's next for the NFL and for Michigan. Plus, Fox 17 News continues our code red weather alert this morning as we've got heavy fog and rain making its way across the midstate. Greg Bobus has got the latest details when we come back.
Alert. Good morning. Welcome back. Time right now, 4:23. We are still working and going to continue to work through areas of dense fog and a few more showers throughout the day that could end up giving us heavier rainfall right in the middle of our day. Then cool air moves in for the weekend. 60s today and tomorrow. Look at your Saturday and Sunday, kind of a split weekend here. Quite a bit of rain possible on Saturday once again in the upper 50s. Cold front moves in. That puts us down to 46 degrees on Sunday, and nighttime temperatures will go back into the 30s. You can follow along on social media, or you can go and get the Fox 17 Code Red weather app. You do that just by scanning the QR code or going to the App Store. You can get a good look at that radar before you hit the road any time of the day, anywhere across the country, not just here. It's available, and it will help you out. And it also gives you severe weather alerts. Not expecting any widespread severe weather today, but 1 or 2 stronger storms with a wind threat could be there right around lunchtime today as the heaviest of the rain comes down. And we're still worrying about ponding and flooding. Be very careful as you're starting off here with us on a Thursday morning.
Still clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to the very latest with your drive times. That includes things like Mount Juliet, Murfreesboro, and Franklin. Everybody coming in at a smooth green time this morning, 25, 49, 27 minutes. We're all doing fine. That look towards the airport is okay. The look towards I-24 and Rutherford County is also doing just fine. We're going to continue to watch the roads here for you, let you know exactly what's going on. Steer Clear Traffic live and local with you through 9. It would seem the Los Angeles Chargers have now hired Jim Harbaugh as their brand new head coach. Now, Harbaugh has spent the last 9 seasons in Ann Arbor, Michigan, coaching his alma mater there, the Michigan Wolverines, and taking them to a college football national championship for the first time since 1997. Did that just a few weeks ago. Harbaugh just completed the season at Michigan, including a suspension For the team's first 3 games, that suspension then imposed by Michigan's athletic department after allegations of recruiting violations. The NCAA is still investigating and also looking into the alleged sign stealing situation involving Michigan as well. Harbaugh is making the return to the pros. He was previously the head coach for the San Francisco 49ers for 4 seasons. He even took them to a Super Bowl. He was also a longtime quarterback in the NFL with several teams. Looking ahead to a little college basketball, number 5, the Tennessee Volunteers will be traveling to Vanderbilt this weekend. The in-state matchup may end up looking a little lopsided. Tennessee sitting pretty in 3rd place in the SEC, only behind Alabama and Auburn. Their 14-4 start is a big contrast to Vanderbilt, who's having a really rough season, who's 5-13 so far. That game is taking place Saturday, 5 p.m. over on West End. A live look this morning at the Bay Bridge that connects San Francisco to Oakland, California. This is not the Golden Gate Bridge, but in that same area. The Bay Area will be hosting the Detroit Lions as they take on the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game. That game is taking place in Santa Clara, California. That's at the south end of the Bay at Levi Stadium. You can watch the game right here on Fox 17 News on Sunday, and then on Fox 17 News following the game. The coverage of the NFC Championship game begins at around 5 p.m. Central Time.
New surveillance video is released along with singer Chris Young's lawyer's statement. I'll have more details on that coming up in just a few minutes.
Plus, Fox 17 News continues our code red weather alert this morning. We've got fog and we've got rain, and it is making its presence known across many parts of the mid-state. Greg Bobus has got a complete forecast coming up in a few.
If you happy.
Alert, dense fog, rain coming down, and thunderstorms likely later today that could lead to flooding on many of our roadways. We'll break it down and track it in your forecast.
Brian Callahan has agreed to coach the Two-Tone Blue. We're going to tell you some areas where he could help the Titans the most. And steer clear traffic this morning takes us downtown. That's I-24 Shelby Avenue, where you're dealing with a lot of fog. It's very possible that you're not able to actually see the downtown buildings if you're driving along this part of the interstate. I'll tell you more about that coming up in a few. Fog is thick this morning. Thank you for joining us here on this Friday Eve edition of Fox 17 News this morning. It's Thursday. I'm Justin McFarland. We do begin with a code red weather alert this morning as this fog and rain continues to move across parts of the mid-state. Greg Bobus standing by.
This is the newest development since you went to bed last night. A dense fog advisory was issued around 11:30 last night into this morning, and it's in effect for all of Middle Tennessee until 9 a.m. and Southern Kentucky until noon. And this is one of the foggier mornings we've had in recent memory. Here's how you're going to pick out where the fog is at. The hotter the color, the more dense the fog is. And it's kind of easy to tell where it's going to pop up and where it's going to die down a little bit, because the areas that have the majority of the really thick fog have the least amount of rainfall on the radar. So keep this image right here. Take a look. All the reds, all the oranges, Dickson up through the Clarksville area out toward Portland, Gallatin, and Nashville. I clicked the button, and we don't see rain in the areas where we have the dense fog. Areas where the fog is not as prevalent, we have a little bit of light rain that is coming down. No thunder, no lightning, no downpours, just some steady, light, choppy showers that are out there. What does this mean at the bus stop, though, this morning? We need the rain gear again. 56 degrees, warm, very warm, not much of a breeze, but rain will be on and off consistently on the radar for about the next 12 to 14 hours. Keep that in mind. Not everyone going to get the same amount of rain either, though. There'll be some areas that don't get much more than another quarter of an inch. Some could get up to 2 inches of rain. And this will include the bus stop, the drive home. Keep that in mind. 65 your afternoon high temperature, 59 degrees on your Friday, and then we slide back into the 40s for high temps as a cold front moves in over the upcoming weekend.
Stay clear traffic out there for you this morning at 431. Quick look out there at what we're facing on I-24 Shelby Avenue as you make your way through the heart of downtown Nashville. Heavy fog in this area. I was driving through and couldn't even see the downtown buildings. There was just so much fog along the Cumberland there. So heads up as you get out and about for your drive. Here's another one. This is going to be I-40 at 46th Avenue there in West Nashville. Normally you can see the houses just off of the interstate. Not this morning. Things are very foggy. Greg Bobus tells us fog will hang around to at least 9 or 10 o'clock this morning. Surveillance video released by singer Chris Young's attorney is now raising some questions about his arrest that happened on Monday night at a popular Nashville bar. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar is live where it all started at the Tin Roof. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, Justin. Here on Greenbrier Street, an affidavit says that Chris Young and his friend, as you mentioned, Monday night, and then at around 8:30, agents went into this bar to check IDs, including singer Chris Young's ID. The affidavit says the singer started recording the compliance check, and then agents walked nearby to Doghouse, where the affidavit then says Chris Young and his friends followed a commotion. An agent claiming that Young stuck his arm out, not letting the agent out, and also stuck an agent on the shoulder. However, Chris Young's lawyer says that the new surveillance video taken inside of Doghouse tells a different story. Take a look at your screen. You can see that Chris Young and his friends are walking in casually. There's no audio, of course. And then you can see the country star being pushed to the ground. Young's lawyer feels that this proves his client's innocence. He says in part, "What happened to my client Chris Young at a bar in Nashville on Monday night was wrong, and he never should have been arrested and charged in the first place." A retired Metro police officer disagrees. Take a listen.
I'm looking at this from the officer, from the eyes of, I'm the officer doing the investigation, and I go into the Tin Roof. Maybe I ask for some IDs, I ask for the ABC cards, and everybody complies. Then I go to the bar next door, and all of a sudden, customers from the bar next door follow me into the new bar. That's not normal.
Fox 17 News also reached out to ABC for comment. They tell us that they can't say much past the police documents. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, Karen, thank you so much. Well, to get more breaking news like the one that you just saw there and local news at that, you can get those stories delivered right to your inbox every morning by signing up for our daily newsletter. You can do so over on our website at fox17.com. You can get signed up for that newsletter to have it delivered to your inbox every day. An update to a story that we've been following out of Rutherford County is now settled. The lawsuit that was filed by a Muslim woman who was illegally required to remove her hijab for a booking photo. Sophia Johnston was booked in to the Rutherford County Jail last August on minor charges that has since been dismissed. She did ask for a religious accommodation for her hijab because some Muslim women believe only certain members of their family should see their hair. It is against the law to refuse to make a religious accommodation like this. The county agreed to pay Johnston $100,000. They've also updated the jail's booking policy and destroyed all records and videos associated with her arrest. It is a brand new era for the Tennessee Titans as the team confirms the Cincinnati Bengals offensive coordinator Brian Callahan has agreed to become the Titans' next head coach. We will be able to meet with Callahan later today during his introductory press conference that is at 1 p.m. Now, Callahan just wrapped up his 14th season in the NFL. He has served as the Bengals offensive coordinator for the past 5 years. Over the past 3 seasons, the Bengals have had one of the top ranked offenses in the NFL, top 10 in several categories, including 6th in scoring. He's also known for his successful work with quarterbacks, including quarterbacks like Joe Burrow and Peyton Manning. So we want to hear from you. Do you think the Titans made the right decision by hiring Brian Callahan to be their next head coach? So far, 63% of you say yes, 36% of you say no. Around 347 people have voted so far. If you would like to join them, you can do so by scanning that QR code that you see right there on your screen. It will take you right to our poll. You can also go to our X page. You can find us at Fox Nashville and vote there. Well, coming up, wild video as wheels are popping off of a Boeing plane just after takeoff. Should you be worried about this? Well, we're going to tell you what travelers should know so far.
The Big Bang Theory.
4:39, taking a look, we are in a code red weather alert again. Still for the rain, started yesterday, and it's been coming down periodically ever since you woke up yesterday. Now we have dense fog on top of it, but very warm temperatures. That fog, it's going to linger for a few more hours. So just have that in mind as we're heading out the door, and the rain will be on and off as well. Right now on your screen, current temperatures have us in the 50s, and we'll stay there through about 9 a.m., eventually making it into the low 60s later on this afternoon. This is the warmest day of the next 7, so up and out the door here, not needing the really heavy abrasive winter coats today, but there will be a few showers that we continue to contend with, and we will ride that line right there in the middle 50s. Kids at the bus stop, but they want the umbrellas today too. You'll need the rain boots. Watch out for standing water as you're heading out the door, and also watch out for all of that fog. You're not going to be able to see very easily here, and you might not even catch areas where we have some ponding on the roads, whether that be main roads or just your side streets. Be very careful heading out the door this morning.
Steer clear traffic out there for you. Let's get out and about to places like Briley Parkway, Centennial Boulevard. As you can see, traffic moving along fine, but there is a lot of fog over there in that area. There's going to be fog across many parts of the mid-state here. Greg says it can hang around with us until at least 9 or 10 o'clock this morning, so please be advised. It may not be the clearest drive, but right now things are clear as far as traffic accidents are concerned. No big crashes out there slowing us down anywhere. We'll be sure to let you know if anything does get in your way. Ohio will ban gender-affirming care for minors and restrict transgender women and girls from competing in female school sports teams. Now, the Republican-dominated Senate there in Ohio voted to override the Republican governor's veto of the legislation. Those in favor of the measure say it is meant to protect children, but trans right advocates argue that it's pretty harmful. Governor Mike DeWine says that he vetoed the bill because he felt that parents should know what is medically best for their child rather than the state. Law is set to go into effect coming up in 90 days. Take a look at this. Not a great sign for Boeing and not a great sign for travelers either. A nose wheel of the Delta Airlines Boeing 757 popped off and rolled away just before takeoff from Hartsville-Jackson International Airport in Atlanta. Now, the FAA says that the plane was preparing to fly to Colombia. There were no reported injuries, and the passengers did get a replacement flight. Delta Airlines confirmed the incident and then apologized to its customers. Well, coming up, a daring rescue from an overturned car. We've got a lot more on the dangerous flooding that has taken place in many parts of the country. And changes to student aid could get college goers a little bit more help from the government. We're going to tell you what they're trying to fix on all of your aid forms.
Coverage on local issues.
4:44 is the time. Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Live look there at Nissan Stadium, just barely. Normally there's a large hotel and an interstate that runs behind it. It's still there. We just can't see it because of the heavy fog that has hit the mid-state. We're going to have the latest on when this fog could lift coming up in the next few minutes. News from the economy this morning. People across the country are having a hard time trying to find somewhere to live. That is why cities are renovating old buildings for more housing out there. Chelsea Torres is in Charlotte, North Carolina, where an old motel is getting new life as an apartment building.
The developer that bought this roadway in says there's a high demand for housing with not enough supply. Now developers and local governments are banding together to renovate old schools, offices, and motels for enough housing in growing cities. Finding a place to live in your favorite city is getting harder.
Because Boston has very little unbuilt land left, extremely little undeveloped parcels left.
Whether you're buying or renting, cities like Boston and Charlotte can't keep up. Mortgage company Fannie Mae says the country is short nearly 4 million housing units.
You're leveraging existing assets a lot of the time, especially in the case of the city assets.
Boston approved funding to build affordable housing on top of a city library. And through a city incentive program, a developer will renovate downtown offices into housing.
There's so many different buildings that aren't being utilized at their highest and best use.
Emily Hubbard co-founded Sage Investment Group, which will redevelop 2 Charlotte motels into single-unit homes.
Obviously, it's significantly cheaper. Not only is it cheaper, but it takes a third of the time. We can convert these hotels in 12 months. If we were to build them from scratch, it would take us 3 years.
Hubbard says there is a housing crisis, but developers and city planners are optimistic conversions could help the problem.
Conversions are unique to each city. So each city has to figure out what are the kinds of buildings that lend themselves to this conversion and understand what tools are available to each city.
Sage Investments say, according to police data, crime has been cut by 40 to 50% in places where they've renovated old motels into apartments. They plan to start renovations on this motel by the end of the spring. In Charlotte, Chelsea Torres, Fox News.
All right, Chelsea, thank you so much. Well, the American Red Cross is reminding Americans out there to roll up their sleeves as the need for blood donations continues right now. The organization issued an emergency blood shortage a little bit earlier this month, and now they say the winter storms across the country have caused the cancellation of several blood drives. The Red Cross is urging Americans who can safely donate to make an appointment at the Red Cross Blood Donor app. The not-for-profit will also need 8,000 blood donations each week for the next several weeks in order to get the supply back up to levels where it should be. Dramatic video coming in this morning from California as it's all caught on camera. The California Highway Patrol says that a woman was stranded overnight for 14 hours on top of her car following heavy rain. 14 hours. Okay, a helicopter had to come in and use a harness. The fire department rescued members off of the overturned vehicle. This happened Tuesday. Officials say that the woman gave her rescuers a big hug after being carried away there in that helicopter. She was transported to the hospital with minor injuries. Look at that, just stranded on top of that overturned vehicle. 14 hours is how long she stayed there. We don't have anything like that going on right now here in the mid-state, thankfully.
Thankfully, no, but there will be some
we have
areas.
in the past, so thankfully this has not.
We've been talking flooding, not that kind of flooding.
Yeah.
This will just be some standing water in some spots, and with limited visibility, those two things going together this morning won't necessarily make it the easiest start to your day. Let's take a look here and take a look. Now, I want to show you where the very light rainfall is, the almost sprinkle activity. Those are the little light green shades here that we have. We even have one right over Nashville trying to hold together long enough to make its way toward Old Hickory and Hendersonville. And if this does, you'll get maybe 10, 15 minutes worth of some very light rainfall. Not too well organized this morning when it comes to the showers trying to get their game together and have consistency. They're dying down, flaring back up. You see all of the greens if we make our way down toward Murfreesboro and then continue more down toward the south, Lewisburg and Shelbyville. These are all moving under the top right-hand side of your screen. So who is up next to see this little more, I wouldn't say necessarily organized, but more consistent rainfall that shouldn't break up as quickly? Let's see. Smithville and McMinnville, 15, 20 minutes for all of the areas here that are on the left side of your screen. So keep that in mind. You're going to get this all day long. Don't forget the umbrella. Know that you're using the windshield wipers, and just give yourself a little extra time and a little extra patience because this will be a slow go of it. This flood watch does not end until we get to 6 p.m. Areas that are south and east of the Nashville area, our southeasternmost counties, will be working through through some shower and thunderstorm activity late morning into early afternoon. So the next check of your Code Red forecast, we will dial up Future Track. We'll take a look at how the rest of this morning progresses and talk much more about the fog, where it's the most prevalent right now and where it may creep in a little bit later this morning.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Takes us over to I-24, Hickory Hollow Parkway there in the Antioch area. As you can see, traffic moving along just fine. No big problems there in that area. We will continue to watch it here for you as the fog for sure is making travel a little bit more difficult out there. We'll continue to watch things for you, let you know exactly what comes up. Steer clear traffic is live and local with you through 9. A fix may be coming to how federal student aid is calculated, which could provide more help for applicants. The report says that the Education Department is planning to fix an error in its free application for federal student aid known as FAFSA. Now, the error did not adjust for the inflation, which could have cost students around $1.8 billion in federal aid. Reports say that the change will occur for incoming students for the 2024-2025 school year. Financial aid experts say making the fix to the application now could delay the process, which is already months behind schedule. The grounded Boeing 737 MAX 9 jets may be going back to the skies very soon. The Federal Aviation Administration says more than 100 of the jets can resume flights. This is following a maintenance and inspection process. The jets were grounded after a piece of the Alaska Airlines plane flew off mid-flight earlier this month. The FAA says Boeing cannot expand its production of the MAX, including the 737 MAX 9. The agency says that it is undergoing an exhaustive process to ensure the jets are safe. But coming up, a surprise in the bucket for these animal rescuers. Why did they not get the dog they were expecting to find? And Fox 17 News is in a code red weather alert this morning. We've got fog and we've got rain. It's going to be with us for the next several hours. Greg Bobus has got the details when we come back.
This Fox 17 this morning.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Live look there across, there normally would be a skyline here. There'll be several very tall buildings, some of them 30, 35 stories tall. None of them are there this morning. Well, they're there, you just can't see them. Mother Nature's pulling the magic trick this morning as the heavy fog has come in. Greg Bobus is going to tell us exactly how long the fog will be around, and we'll have the very latest on your traffic as well. That's all coming up in a few minutes. A lucky coyote was rescued from a flooded field in San Diego. The city's Humane Society responded to reports of a dog floating in the floodwaters with a bucket stuck on his head. Well, after rescuing the animal, it became clear it was a coyote. Not exactly a dog-like for sure. They were able to carefully remove the bucket and treat the coyote for hypothermia. The team is hoping that the young coyote will have a speedy recovery and be able to return back to the wild. Some very wild scenes out of California this week. Nothing like that here. We've been calm other than some flooding, maybe minor threat of it at least. Here's Greg with the details.
Yeah, we've kind of got a little bit of a lull in the rain for most of us right now. What is out there is very light in nature, but it will pick up one more push of rain late morning into early afternoon. Here's Future Track taking us to 7 o'clock. The beginning stages of the heavier rain are going to be in our southeasternmost counties, and then it will overspread a little more toward the Nashville area by 10 a.m., and then 10 o'clock to noon. These pockets of orange, yellow, and red will settle in. Could even possibly get a clap or two of some thunder, though our severe weather threat is about as small as it could get when it comes to anything thing we have to really worry about it's the standing water and the fog we have out there. That'll be the 1-2 kind of punch to slow you down starting off today. We're warm and we're done with everything by the time we get into dinner time today. Tomorrow we'll get a little break in the rain for your Friday, which is some good news. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, the weekend is a two-parter. So if you're making plans here, Saturday is the warmer day by about 10 degrees, but it's also the rainier day. Brings in a cold front. After that rain moves out, 46 degrees on Sunday, and then we're back to the 30s for nighttime temperatures. So the big swing takes us back down to reality here for next week. By no means cold, but just not quite as warm is what we'll be getting here for us today. The next time we see back-to-back days that will be dry, that's not going to be until Monday into Tuesday of next week. And I said don't grab the winter coat this morning, but you're going to need it as you're heading out the door to kick off the brand new week and as we begin to make our way into February.
Seeing clear traffic, everyone. Let's take a look at what we've got going on out there. This is going to be I-40 at Spence Lane. As you make that drive out and about there on the east side, you can see where the traffic is going. However, there is heavy fog in this area, slowing things down for sure. We are not seeing any big accidents out there slowing you up so far. We're doing okay. We'll continue to watch the roads here for you, let you know exactly if we find anything as we're live and local with you through 9. Well, if you or a loved one play video games, you'll want to listen up. That is because new research says gamers could be at risk of hearing loss. According to a study published by the journal in the BMJ Public Health, it says that gamers' average sound levels often exceed the healthy sound exposure limits. And the longer the exposure, the higher the risk. Researchers looked at the data from 54,000 people. It showed those who game regularly are at higher risk for both hearing loss and tinnitus there. It is also a condition that causes ringing in the ears. Hearing loss can be permanent. So experts are urging prevention by keeping the volume at 60% or lower. They also say, please don't forget to take a few breaks while gaming. Well, plans for the country's tallest building are now in the works. I love skyscrapers. The tower is expected to be built in Oklahoma City, out of all places. Not Chicago, not New York, OKC. The structure is designed with 3 towers reaching more than 300 feet in the air, while the 4th is planned to become the nation's tallest building at 1,907 feet. The space would have residential units, hotels, condos, commercial and community space. The project is currently waiting approval. If approved, it would be the 5th tallest building in the world. Now, right now, the tallest building in the United States is New York's Freedom Tower, right there in Lower Manhattan. It is at a symbolic 1,776 feet. Of course, it was built to replace the World Trade Center. My question for this is, doesn't Oklahoma have a lot of storms and high wind, heavy wind? Does that seem like a good place to put the tallest? I mean, listen, it's America. We can do all kinds of stuff. I'm just asking the question. All right, our 5 o'clock hour starts right now.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning. Waking up in a code red threat level again, but this time around, not just rain. We knew the rain was coming, but now we have a dense fog advisory. The fog is very thick this morning. We'll let you know what you're going to see getting out the door.
Happening today, Tennessee will get to meet the new head coach for the Titans. The Brian Callahan era begins. We'll be there as he speaks to the public for the first time.
Few minutes, I'll have details on newly released surveillance video, along with a statement of Chris Young's lawyer after the singer was arrested earlier this week.
A lot of big headlines here for you on this Thursday morning. Thanks for joining us for Fox 17 News. I'm Jennifer Waddell. Erica is off today. We do start with our Code Red weather alert, continuing to hold strong for the threat of some flooding possibilities. And Greg, I feel like the story of the morning too, in addition to the rain, is the fog.
Oh, 100%, because now we've got all the water that came down yesterday, still some rain coming down now. It's dark out, we don't have the sun to help us find that water on the roadways, and now we have visibility problems in general because of the fog. So a lot of things working against us here when it comes to trying to have a normal drive time. You're going to probably take an extra good 10, 15 minutes, even if you're not encountering any accidents that are out there. Taking a look, additional 1 to 2 inches of rain cannot be ruled out. That could lead to some potential flooding, not necessarily for everyone. There's one specific area across Middle Tennessee that is to the south and east of the Nashville area that I'm most concerned about when it comes to pockets of steady, heavy rainfall that will be on and off. The dense fog this morning, it's an advisory until 9 a.m. More showers and storms late morning into early afternoon is the window when most of the rain is going to come down today. Cooler by Sunday. We do have a cool front that moves in Saturday into Sunday, and we don't have back-to-back days that will be dry until we get out of the upcoming weekend. So we keep the code red rolling, 65. Look at the ups and downs of the temperature today. Very warm. I would say with the fog we've got outside, the water on the ground, the light sprinkly rain we have, and temperatures in the 60s, you might even use the word muggy a little bit later. Just kind of that clammy air. 59 degrees for your Friday. And then there's that split weekend, 58 on Saturday, 46 on Sunday. And nighttime temperatures get back into the 30s. So if you've been kind of not using the heat the last couple of days and saving a couple extra bucks, you might be turning that thermostat back on and getting a little warmth here as we go into next week.
Greg, thank you. And I mentioned the fog being a part of our forecast this morning. It's also going to be part of your commute. Take a live look right now from I-40 at Spence Lane, and this is not just elevated fog. We are seeing ground level. In fact, I drove through a lot of it on my way in this morning north of town. So really, no matter what part of town you're in, this is going to be part of your morning commute. So take it easy out there, folks. Pack the patience, get some good tunes, a cup of caffeine, and keep it here as we update you again in just a few minutes. We have breaking news this morning here locally, and a man is behind bars after police say he was seen dragging a body down the stairs of his apartment complex. Metro Nashville Police confirming to Fox 17 News a maintenance worker at the Parliament Place Apartments claims to have seen Dominic Collier dragging a body wrapped in blankets down the stairs. This all happening yesterday. That body later found in a culvert. A coroner is working to determine the identity and the cause of death. Right now, Collier is facing a long list of charges. Here are the top few stories you'll want to know about, both nationally and internationally, here to kick off your morning. We begin with fierce battles happening in Gaza this morning. United Nations officials say their building came under fire yesterday, killing at least 12 people. And this morning, Russia claims Ukraine shot down a military plane transporting its own prisoners of war. All 74 people on board were killed, including 65 Ukrainian prisoners. No confirmation as to who launched this or where exactly it came from. And Nikki Haley campaigning in her home state of South Carolina overnight, saying she will stay in the race after her loss to former President Trump in the New Hampshire Republican primary. The South Carolina primary is the next on tap, and it's supposed to happen February 24th. Updating you now to some local breaking news we brought you earlier this week. The TBI has now identified the person found dead in a car in Ashland City. The TBI saying that 22-year-old Corbin Rich was in the 17 block of Bear Wallow Road. They've not released a cause of death, and they continue to investigate still this morning. Well, singer Chris Young, he's a country star, and he has a lawyer who wants charges filed by the Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission to be dropped against Chris Young after surveillance video is newly released just yesterday showing what reportedly happened right before he got arrested at a Nashville bar earlier this week. Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar live this morning on Lower Broadway, where it all happened.
Good morning, Jen. Well, it all started here behind me on Tin Roof. ABC agents say that they walked through this door to check IDs, including country star singer Chris Young's ID. Then after the compliance check, agents say that they walked here on McMinnville Street, 4 doors down to Doghouse. That's the bar with the Titans flag on it. They then say shortly after, Chris Young and his friends followed them inside and caused a commotion and even allegedly stuck an agent on the shoulder. Young's lawyer says this video tells a different story. Take a look at your screen. That's inside of Doghouse. You can see Young and his friends entering the bar. Then a few minutes after, you can see the moment an agent pushes the 6'4" singer who topples onto the ground. Young's lawyer saying in part in a statement, in light of the video evidence, Tennessee ABC needs to drop the charges and apologize for the physical, emotional, and professional harm done towards my client. A retired Metro police officer comments on this situation. Take a listen.
When someone grabs you or puts their hands on you, and you don't know what their intentions are, you check them back to create space and distance. It's called a reactionary gap.
ABC tells Fox 17 News they won't comment past what's in the police documents. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. Metro Nashville police say a man is now charged in 2 assaults in less than a week. His picture is on your screen. We're going to get you updated on that. Plus, continuing to monitor the developments in our Code Red weather alert. How's this weather going to impact your day? Perhaps the kids at the bus stop or your drive into work. We've got you covered with those important weather updates every few minutes. Live through 9.
This Fox 17 this morning.
Good morning, welcome back. 5:10 your time, taking a look at the radar right now. Lightning indicator turned on, and I'm not indicating any lightning. This is just light to moderate rainfall that's coming down, and more light than anything, really. Just missing the Murfreesboro area, but tracking into Smithville right now. If you're waking up with us in Cookeville, first of all, good morning, and thank you for waking up with us. And you're going to be seeing a little more rain move in about 20-25 minutes. Maybe we're trying to just let the dog out real quick. This is a good window of opportunity. Same with Crossville. Let's take a look here. Put a track on the lower edge of this same exact system, moving off toward the north and the east. At Crossville, only about 5 minutes. Maybe that's a quick outdoor situation for the pups out there. And taking a look, the more north and west we get, the less rain we are seeing. I want to show you something here on this map that is very interesting. If we take a look back and reset the stage, the areas up here to the north and west have very little to no rain coming down right now. Now, if we switch this over and we take a look at a different map, the visibility map, which we're going to do in a few moments from right now, the areas that are not seeing rain have the most dense fog so far this morning. Areas like Dickson, Clarksville, getting up through Gallatin and Portland.
Steer clear traffic right now, and we've got a live look I-65 at Trinity Lane. Not looking too bad here this morning. Just another spot where it is a little foggy. Roads are slick. Watch out for ponding, and more importantly, watch out for the potholes. When it's dark like this and you've got that sheen on the road, it can be real hard to spot those craters that have opened up on the roads. There are a couple right now around town that we nearly hit yesterday that look like they're 2 or 3 feet deep. So please be careful as you get out there on the roads this morning. New right now, we have a man who is facing charges of sexually assaulting 2 women over the course of 1 week, and then trying to keep those women from leaving his apartment. Metro Nashville police say Tanner Patterson was talking with the women on social media and met them at his apartment on Brentwood Drive. Then police say he attacked the women and took their money. Detectives were already investigating Patterson regarding something that happened earlier this month. They say this second attack then happened Tuesday night. Police say Patterson is facing all kinds of charges, and he was already out on supervised federal release for bank robbery when police arrested him. Artificial intelligence connected to law enforcement, and a lot of questions about the results it's producing right now. We're going to take a closer look at that in about 2.5 minutes. And overnight fog, as we just mentioned, and early morning fog right now, creating some tough driving conditions. We'll make sure you stay ahead of the curve coming up in just minutes.
Here it comes.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Time right now is 5:15 and a live look on Lower Broadway. We've got a lot of crews with their lights flashing coming through. You can see the rain has come through as well. All in all, pretty quiet here this morning on Lower Broadway. Fox 17 News is going to keep you updated on this weather track when the rain's going to ease up. And here's the deal. Greg's telling us we're going to have this pattern of, showers and then a pause and showers and a pause. So we'll track that here for you in minutes. Right now, the House ethics probe into Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz appears to be ramping up right now. CNN reporting the committee has reached out to the woman who reportedly had an intimate relationship with him when she was just 17 years old. The committee is also reportedly asking the Justice Department for materials from its investigation, which wrapped up last year with no charges. He's denied any wrongdoing, saying in a statement to CNN, quote, "Those allegations were not true, have never been true, and the people who spread those lies have been exposed, indicted, and imprisoned." Again, that's a direct quote from him. Lawmakers right now taking a closer look at artificial intelligence and how it's being used to fight crime. Just yesterday, we had a Senate committee listening to several ways that AI is being used. But there are a lot of people with a lot of reservations. Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen with more here on your Thursday morning.
From facial recognition to license plate readers and gunshot detectors, police say they keep finding new ways to use artificial intelligence to fight crime. Senators and experts speaking about AI in a judiciary subcommittee say the results are overwhelmingly positive.
We really are at a point in humanity where every generation has breakthrough technologies that shape and alter the course of humanity.
These efforts, along with many others, resulted in a Miami that is safer today than at any other time in our history.
Lawmakers say the tools have helped solve more crimes and have created more community trust, but some have been skeptical of certain practices.
Erroneous AI face recognition hits and gunshot alerts have led to multiple alleged wrongful arrests and imprisonment.
That happened to a man in Houston who's suing Macy's and Sunglass Hut after he says he was falsely identified by facial recognition and wrongfully arrested for armed robbery. His lawyer pointing out failures in the type of AI used.
African Americans have a high rate of false positives based on facial recognition software. Age gaps have a very high rate, up to 90% of false positives.
The committee says it's crucial to use the tools alongside a trained professional.
It is never used independent of human decision-making in our criminal justice system. That's why it's a tool in the law enforcement toolbox.
An expert testifying in that committee stressed the importance of being transparent about how these technologies work and exactly where they're being used. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
5:18 talking about the fog this morning. It is thick in some spots. In fact, when I was pulling out of my driveway this morning, Greg, I had to hit the low beams. It was so thick, my high beams, it felt like I was just running into a wall of white. And so that's going to be part of your commute this morning. So know before you go, plan ahead accordingly. And we're going to check in with Greg now to find out where that fog is moving. Do we have any advisories out for the fog right now?
We do. We have for pretty much everyone.
Okay.
Middle Tennessee until 9 a.m. that came and that was issued overnight. So that's kind of new to wake up to. Mm-hmm. And then Southern Kentucky through about noon. So the fog is one part of the story. Also the rain being the other part. We have slick roadways from all that water we got yesterday. We have no ice out there. We're way too warm for that. We're very warm. And I left you with this map. I said, look on the map at the areas that are not seeing rain right now, and then look at the areas that are. That circled area off to the west and northwest of Nashville is the area where, when we switch it over to our visibility map, shows you all the dense fog, the areas that are in the reds, the oranges, the yellows. So you're either getting the dense fog and very light sprinkle activity, or you're getting some steadier light rainfall and the fog is not quite as prevalent. But for all of us here, we just got to make a slow go of it. And yes, the low beams are the way to go. Go low and slow today when it comes to trying to get up and move from point A to point B. What to know? More heavy rain today, late morning into early afternoon, could bring us to that point to where we have the chance for some flooding potential, especially in our southeastern counties. And a small storm and wind threat can't be ruled out either. I want to stress small, but if you hear some thunder and see some lightning, it's not going to be a very prolonged situation for you. Future rain, how much do we put down on top of what we already have? Could be up to an inch to an inch and a half, depending upon where you're at and where those heavy bands of rain settle in. That is going to be the key in the forecast for us, and most of that is going to be off to the east and southeast of Nashville. Lunchtime forecast, not a good day to find a patio. Maybe pack a lunch and just look out the window and go, yep, it's gloomy, it's raining, warm though. Temperatures in the 60s later today. Unfortunately, it won't be one of the world's best days to get out and enjoy a rare day in the 60s, and we do get cooler for the weekend. We'll touch on that in a few minutes.
Still clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's check in on...
All right, looks like we're having some mic issues with Justin here, so I've got you covered in steer clear traffic at 521 Briley Parkway, Whites Creek Pike. Yes, the fog is thick here too. That's the story of the morning in your commute. So remember, lower beams are probably going to work better for you as you hit the road. So we'll keep an eye on this for you and let you know if anything pops up where you're going to need to steer clear. That's coming up again in just a few minutes. President Biden landing an endorsement from the United Auto Workers. That could be a boost in some battleground states, such as Michigan. You remember the whole deal several months ago with the UAW strike. They say that the president was faithful to them during all of that.
Elections aren't about just picking your best friend for the job or the candidate who makes you feel good. Elections are about power.
The 400,000 member union held off endorsing Mr. Biden's re-election bid, concerned that his policies were too heavily weighted toward electric vehicles, which many would argue they are. President Biden joining a picket line last September during UAW strike against the top three automakers in Michigan. Mentioned at the top of the hour, the Titans are making a lot of changes and welcoming a new head coach in Brian Callahan. What that means for everybody else who is in charge of the team's future. That's coming up.
Toughness, strength.
5:24 is the time. Later today, the Tennessee Titans will formally introduce their brand new head coach, and that is Brian Callahan, coming over from the Cincinnati Bengals. But when they made the announcement, they also made another big announcement. They have promoted their general manager, Man Carthen, to executive vice president. So while also doing that, he'll have several new roles. They've also promoted Chad Brinker to president of football operations. So what does all this mean? Well, take a look here. This is what Rand Carthen is going to be in charge of right now in his new role as executive vice president and GM. He will have the final say over the Titans roster. His duties will also include all the areas that impact the football team, which include full roster control, full control of the draft, full control over free agency decisions, scouting department, and oversight of Brian Callahan, the new head coach, as well as his coaching staff. The last one is important because that means Rand Carthen is now above the new head coach when it comes to decisions. That is something that was not entirely clear when he had his relationship with Mike Vrabel. So, for a better explanation of all of this, we're hoping to hear more about it coming up at 1 o'clock. That is when the Titans is supposed to meet the media, answer questions. It is unknown if we're going to hear from the Titans' controlling owner, Amy Adams Strunk. We will be hearing, though, from the Titans' brand new head coach, Brian Callahan, who joins the team after 5 seasons with the Cincinnati Bengals. They're hoping a lot of questions will be answered then about what the new power structure will fully look like.
526, your code red forecast. We are in a code red weather alert. Now we have very dense fog that is limiting visibility across almost all of Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky, and we have some light rain showers for now. Here's future track and where we go. Watch how much more yellow and orange begins to develop through 7 o'clock and then through 10 a.m. These are the pockets of heavy rainfall that will potentially give us some flooding later in the day and leading into tomorrow, as well as all this water tries to find those low-lying areas. Taking a look through 1 o'clock this afternoon, everything moving out toward the Cumberland Plateau. Still a few light showers on the backside, but the heavier rainfall makes a little bit of an easterly move throughout the afternoon, and then just a few light sprinkles for the drive home later today. Send the kids to the bus stop with the rain gear for sure, and they're getting possibly even need it when they're getting home from school a little bit later today. We'll take a look at potential future rainfall totals and get a check of that changing 7-day forecast as we head into the weekend.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you up to date with what's going on out there. That includes that trip over there on Briley Parkway near Whites Creek Pike. Heavy fog can be seen there and all across the Briley Parkway West area out there this morning. So things are moving along just fine. No big problems so far we can show you. This is 40 at Spence. Also doing fine over there in the East Nashville area. No big delays so far at the airport either. We're doing okay so far, but things can change.
New surveillance video is released following singer Chris Young's arrest earlier this week. I'll have more details on that, along with a statement from his lawyer, coming up in just a little bit.
Plus, Fox 17 News continues our code red weather alert for you this morning. Live look there across Metro Center, where the fog has started to roll in for sure. How long will it stay with us? Greg Bobus has got the details coming up in a few.
I baptize you in the name of the...
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your code red station.
We are in a code red weather alert for multiple reasons here this morning. The one on your screen that you can see is the fog that has been settling in. It's actually gotten even more dense over the last hour than it was just about 45 minutes ago even. This is continuing to be the story this morning, along with some rain and potential flooding into the afternoon. We're going to work you through all of it hour by hour in a few.
Steer clear traffic takes us out to the airport. I-40 at Donaldson Pike. Traffic moving along, but they are having to contend with the fog. I'll tell you how this could impact your morning drive.
This morning, a man is shot to death as he is picking up his toddler. Happening in Nashville. We will get you updated on the latest investigation. Thank you so much for joining us for Fox 17 News this morning on this Thursday. I'm Jennifer Waddell. Erica is off today. Greg just mentioned it. The fog is getting thicker as we speak. And yeah, if you've got to get up and get out anywhere this morning, chances are you're going to run into it. Might feel like a white wall in front of your car when you turn on your headlights this morning. So let's check in with Greg right now and see how this is shifting around.
Yeah, and it's been getting worse in areas that are not getting rain. So we think Nashville, onto the north and west, Clarksville, Dickson, Hendersonville, Gallatin, Portland, all the areas that have not worked into showers in a couple of hours are seeing the fog become more prevalent. Areas where it is raining, it hasn't really moved in the last hour. McMinnville, Cookeville, Crossville. I mean, this is a slow-moving little band of light rainfall for right now. Coming up, though, we got a lot of things to talk about because the rain is going to pick up again. This is not the sign of things coming to an end. This is the sign of what we have to continue to work through. You can see here on Future Track, as we roll through just the rest of this morning quickly for you, that's the story you've got right now. Not too heavy, but by 7 o'clock, yellows come back in. And then by 10 a.m., there we go. All of us are starting to get to a few more heavy bands of some rain and maybe even a clap or two of some thunder late morning into early afternoon. Very warm. I mean, it's foggy. It's a little bit almost muggy outside because of that fog and all the rain that has, started to pond up here on some of the roadways. Low beams this morning and a high of 65 this afternoon.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out to I-40 at Donaldson Pike. This is very close to the airport. As you can see, traffic moving along pretty well out there. No big problems. Some slight slowdown as you approach the ramp there, but overall, we're in decent shape there. We are having to deal with the fog out there across the mid-state, and that can lead to some problems. But right now, overall drive times are looking good in the green. 25 in from Mount Juliet, 49 from Murfreesboro, 27 from Franklin. Keep in mind, the fog is going to stick and stay with us for most of the morning.
Justin, thank you. New right now at 5:33. Overnight, country music star Chris Young has hired a lawyer, and they're now making the case that his arrest this week in Nashville should have never happened. Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar joining us live this morning where it all happened. The tin roof on Demumbrian.
Yeah, that's right. And the tin roof is right there behind me, about 4 doors down. ABC agents say that they were doing a compliance check there, checking country star singer Chris Young's ID along with others. Then shortly after, the ABC agents say that they walked here to Doghouse inside to do another compliance check. They say that Chris Young and his friends followed them here and caused a commotion. The affidavit alleges that Young stopped one of the agents from walking through that door and also assaulted the agent. Now, Chris Young's lawyer says that the newly released surveillance video tells a different story. Take a look at your screen. You can see Chris Young and his friends walking in slowly inside Doghouse. You can't hear any audio, but what you can see is you can see that the agent pushes the 6'4" singer onto the ground, toppling him over. Now, Chris Young's lawyer released a statement saying in part about his dissatisfaction with what happened. He says, "What happened to my client Chris Young at a bar in Nashville on Monday night was wrong, and he never should have been arrested and charged in the first place." A retired Metro police officer disagrees. Take a listen.
I'm looking at this from the eyes of I'm the officer doing the investigation, and I go into the tin roof. Maybe I ask for some IDs. I ask for the ABC cards. And everybody complies. Then I go to the bar next door, and all of a sudden, customers from the bar next door follow me into the new bar. That's not normal.
Doghouse tells Fox 17 that Chris Young's arrest was surprising, that the singer never causes any problems. Fox 17 News also reached out to ABC, who says that they won't comment further past the police documents. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. We have an update now to a story that we brought you as breaking news yesterday morning. We now know the name of a man who was killed in a shooting in Antioch. Police confirmed 22-year-old Jonathan Castillo had been picking up his toddler from his ex-girlfriend's house when somebody shot him. A witness who was in that area said that 2 gunmen told Castillo to put his hands up and then started shooting. He went to the hospital where he later died. Police have not identified any of the suspects so far. If you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. Operation Crime and Justice this morning. A man out on bond arrested again. What police say happened and whether he'll be able to post a new bond just set.
You have bigger emotions.
5:39, taking a look at your forecast. Back to top the radar we go and finding a little bit of rain that is out there for the time being. And then this will pick up in coverage throughout the entire morning and afternoon. I say light because we're not even seeing any splotches of yellow that have made their way into Middle Tennessee so far this morning. We'll put a track on a few areas that will get rain right back into your area. You've just had the first little batch that's ahead of it, but Tullahoma 10 minutes. You get toward Manchester in 25 minutes. It's right over Smithville, Sparta, and Crossville. We have lightning indicators turned on, and there are no lightning strikes. There have been none all morning long, and that looks to be the case here until we go toward the end of this afternoon, and then we'll have a good chance for a few of those downpours that could give you a few lightning strikes and a few claps of some thunder. How do you track on the go? Well, you get the Fox 17 Code Red weather app, and you can have that radar there for you, the same radar that we use to track when these little bands of rain move in and out and try to find those little flashes of dry time if you have to head outside for any reason.
Still clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to the very latest going on. This is going to be I-40 White Bridge Road. As you can see, traffic moving along just fine. We do have some fog out there. We're also encountering the fog in places like the Alvaton Road area. This is out there in Smyrna, Rutherford County. As you make that drive out there, you can see the brake lights starting to build up. But so far, no accidents out there, no significant delays. But keep in mind, those patches of fog will cause you to slow down a little bit later in the morning. We'll let you know when we find anything because the rain has problems of its own. We're going to tell you more about that coming up in a few.
Justin, thank you. A man out on bond just arrested again in Nashville after police say he had stolen guns, drugs, and outstanding warrants. Detectives arrested Jonathan Speichner on 14 counts, they said, during a drug deal that was going down on Thompson Lane. Police say Speichner had a gun on him that was stolen from a car at Nissan Stadium a couple of years ago. His newest bond now set at $147,000. The Muslim woman who sued Rutherford County for making her take off her hijab has now prompted changes. The new policies now being implemented. And a familiar face to Nashville releases a new album. What Charles Esten is up to now.
When your door is
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Your time, 5:44. Making headlines this morning, Rutherford County has now settled a lawsuit filed by a Muslim woman who was required to remove her hijab for a booking photo. Sophia Johnston is her name. She got booked on charges that have since been dismissed. She asked for a religious accommodation because some Muslim women believe that only members of their family should see their hair. The county agreed to pay Ms. Johnston $100,000, update the jail's booking policy, and destroy all records and video that was associated with her arrest. Well, from shows like Nashville, we have a familiar face here in Nashville who is now taking to the touring stage with brand new music. Fox 17 News had a chance to talk with musician and actor Charles Esten about his long in the works debut album.
I just want to make you happy.
Nashville star and singer Charles Esten is releasing his debut album, Love Ain't Pretty, which was a long time in the making.
I've done a lot of singles up until now in my 11 years here in Nashville since I came here to do this show. But I held the album in such high regard that I sort of kept waiting and waiting till I had exactly what I wanted.
Esten co-wrote all 14 songs, which take listeners on a journey.
It's one that we engaged in on the show Nashville constantly, which is that, yeah, life can be hard. Love ain't pretty. These things, they can lift you, but they can wreck you. They can leave you in pieces. But that's only the beginning of the second part of the line in Love Ain't Pretty is, but damn, it's beautiful.
I'm somewhere in the sunshine.
He shares the key connection between his acting and music.
You've heard that phrase, 3 chords and the truth. Well, the truth is everything in both of these mediums. If I'm doing a scene that isn't resonating, that doesn't touch on something that's authentic human behavior or thinking, it just isn't it's gonna clunk. It's not gonna resonate. The same is true with the music.
Esten is excited to take the tunes on tour and have a whole collection to share now.
I had a drummer on my early days when I was first playing here in town. He says, "You're the most unusual guy because we go do these shows and you play a whole bunch of music that nobody has heard. And then when you're done, nobody can go buy it." It was just songs I'd written. And that is not the smart way to do this. This is the opposite of that. So I want to go tell this unified story.
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
It is 5:47 right now, and Greg is here to tell us about the big weather maker for the day. It's going to be the rain, and I guess we got 2. It's a double whammy, the fog.
Yeah, we've been so focused on standing water and possible flooding that now we're not even going to be able to see it.
Well, and you know what else you can't see right now? The potholes. All right, last night I was driving around town, and I had my teenage son with me, who I was letting him drive.
Yeah.
And we hit a pothole, and I thought, oh my gosh, it bent the rim.
Oh,
it
boy.
was like a crater on the interstate. And he was like, "Mom, I'm so sorry. I didn't see it." So word to the wise, when it's dark and it's foggy and the roads are wet, it is real hard to see those potholes.
And a lot of those potholes could even, at this point with how much rain we've had, be filled with water. Then you doubly don't know what's there.
Absolutely.
Taking a look here, this is what's new. Since you went to bed last night, there was a dense fog advisory that was issued overnight into this morning. It's for all of Middle Tennessee, all the way through 9 a.m. And if you get into southern Kentucky, it's until noon. All that means is that we're all working through this fog. The rain that has already come down and additional rain that will pick back up later this morning into the afternoon. Not a whole lot of rain in the Nashville area on west or northwest that has allowed these warm temperatures to have this development of the fog we've gotten into. How do you pick out the more dense fog? The hotter the colors. So oranges and reds indicating visibility of less than a quarter of a mile. So if you're on a interstate or you're on a highway and you're going 50 miles an hour and the visibility is a quarter of a mile, that's some rough math there when it comes to how much lead time you need to give the person that's going to be in front of you here this morning. Taking a look at Doppler, just out toward the plateau and then Murfreesboro down through McMinnville, very light rainfall. This has been breaking up and coming back together throughout the entire morning, but if it gets, and when it gets a little more organized, we'll be sure to track it for you. Just know that we'll stay in the 50s this morning at the bus stop. Make sure we have the rain gear packed and ready to go.
Steer clear traffic out there for you. Let's get to Vietnam Veterans Boulevard at Gallatin Pike. You can see where traffic is moving along there, even though it's fighting the fog to do so. As you make that drive from Sumner County, almost can't even see the cars. It just look like headlights with, halos around them as they move around out there. No major accidents to tell you about. We're doing okay so far. When things do change, and they will, we've got you covered. Steer clear traffic live through 9.
Justin, thank you very much. Getting to some international headlines here this morning at 5:49. Take a look at this video. A train headed for Prague collides with a truck. This is in the eastern Czech Republic. Authorities say this left the driver of the train dead and at least 19 other people injured. Oh man, there is nothing left of that truck. Police say they don't know why it was sitting on the tracks, but they are currently investigating. We go to Alabama now. The state is set to move forward with a controversial execution later today. Alabama plans to use nitrogen gas on inmate Kenneth Smith. Smith convicted for his role in the murder for hire of Elizabeth Sennett. Now, this is going to be our nation's first execution using this method. The state claims it is painless and humane. Critics argue there are too many things that could go wrong. This all comes, though, after the U.S. Supreme Court and an appeals court have both rejected Smith's arguments against the execution. Health headlines here this morning. The Red Cross is asking people to roll up their sleeves yet again as the need for blood donation surges. They have now issued an emergency blood shortage, and they say the winter weather, the storms that we've had, has really impacted their ability to hold blood drives where they can increase the supply. And that has been the case across the country. Even, heck, you think about it here at home. So they're urging people, if you can safely donate, to please make an appointment. They have made it pretty easy for you. You can do it right from the Red Cross Blood Donor app. A trend that is raising eyebrows and health concerns. What are we looking at here? We'll tell you in minutes. And is your name at risk of going extinct? Would you be okay with that? Stick with us. Fox 17 News this morning continues.
Indiana.
Live look at Lower Broadway, and you can see that this is definitely one of those mornings with wet pavement, and we have fog, and it's going to make it really difficult to see, especially when you get away from all the neon lights. Those are helping cut through it a little bit, but if it's just regular street lights, headlights on vehicles, take it a little more on the cautious side this morning here. We're going to keep looking at the forecast for you because this is going to be one of those days where we've got a whole lot to work through for quite some time.
All righty, Greg, thank you. 5:54. This story is going to fall under the headline, "Don't do that." Like, you shouldn't do it, but really don't do it. And the warning is coming from overseas, where South Korea's food ministry is having to tell people to stop deep frying toothpicks. That's what we're looking at here. Here's the deal. There have been videos circulating on, you guessed it, social media, showing people deep frying toothpicks and trying to eat them with seasoning on them. And as you might imagine, these videos have racked up all kinds of likes and shares. So there is now a viral trend. You see him putting the toothpicks in the oil. Here's the deal. These toothpicks have a food coloring that is made from vegetable starches, which is what makes them green like that. But somehow somebody somewhere thought that would make it a good option for eating them. No. Do not deep fry and try to eat toothpicks. Can't believe I'm saying that, but here we are. And so are other health ministries warning people, do not do this at home. Expectant parents always look forward to, looking up baby names, find out what's trending, maybe what's not trending if you're looking for something unusual. It turns out names that are not so popular anymore are now on a new list, according to babycenter.com. So, what are the least popular names right now? Well, they're, for the girls, names that were really popular when millennials were being born, and they've been kind of trailing off. So some of the least popular names would be, you ready for it? Brooke, Blake, Amanda, and Michelle. And the once popular names like Jaden, Johnny, Bradley are also said to be less popular these days. Hey, maybe you're looking for a name that's not popular.
Go with Greg. I was always the one Greg in class.
Were you?
Never had another Greg.
Really? See, I feel like there were a lot of Jennifers everywhere.
Yeah, your name's much more popular than mine is. Greg. It's just Greg.
Wait, now are you a Gregory? Or are you just Greg?
Oh, yeah.
You are a Gregory?
I'm a Gregory. I'm a junior, so I can blame my dad, even though I do like my name. Taking a look here. Here's the name of the game when it comes to the weather. Honestly, I really do like my name. I'm just joking. Friday into Saturday and Sunday, we get a little low on the rain tomorrow. We bring it back on Saturday. Then we cool down into Sunday and Monday. We do have some rain out there right now, but it's not prevalent by any means. The fog is the bigger story for now. The rain takes back over late morning into early afternoon. This is a weather maker that has not moved in 24 hours, and it will move very slowly over the next 24 hours. The most likely time to see some heavier rainfall is going to be late morning into early afternoon. Could even get a little bit of thunder and a little bit of lightning that moves in with it as well. So keep that in mind. The wind will pick up. It's going to be warm. We're going to be in the 50s and 60s later on today. And that means that with all that warm air and the fog that is out there, it almost feels a little bit muggy, even though we're talking about the end of January. Coming up, as we go into our 6 o'clock half hour, we'll take a look at Future Track and show you where the most dense fog is this morning to start your day.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's take a good look at what we're dealing with here on I-65 at Trinity Lane. As you make that drive coming down from the north side there, you can see where traffic is moving along. However, we are dealing with some fog. Dealing with some fog out there that is slowing things up to be sure as you make that drive out and about. So the traffic looking very crowded here as we approach 6 o'clock. We have also picked up word about a possible crash on I-24 coming down through the Jolton area. We're going to tell you more about that coming up here in the next few seconds.
Right now, as we have been talking about the wild storms across the country, watch here with me as a woman is rescued in these floodwaters. Look at her car that's flipped upside down in the raging water. She was there for 14 hours. Crews determining that she had been trying to drive across a flooded bridge and underestimated the depth of the water. Have you heard that before? This is why we always say turn around, don't drown. So when she tried to cross through that flooded area, her truck sank in the rushing waters, flips over. She managed to get herself out of that truck, and these emergency crews finally got to her. But again, 14 hours later. Again, especially right now as we are telling you about a lot of rain and the cause for potential flooding. Turn around, don't drown.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Tracking more rain on the radar right now, and it will only get a little worse before it gets better. Then we're going to talk about the fog and how that could impact your drive to start your day.
Chris Young's lawyer wants a TABC to drop charges from the singer's arrest from earlier this week. In a few minutes, I'll have more details on that.
Steer clear traffic this morning takes us to I-40 near Broadway. Things moving along okay, but if you got the drive coming down from Montgomery County, the news is not good. I'll explain that in a few.
All righty, we'll get to that here in moments. Thank you so much for starting your day with us on Fox 17 News this morning. I'm Jennifer Waddell. Erica is off today. We want to get started right now with our code red weather alert. Are we in a pause in the rain right now, Greg?
For some of us, yes. But
okay.
And even what is out there is not very heavy. Take a look at your screen. There are no real indications of any heavy rainfall, just light, steady, consistent raindrops that are coming down here for a lot of us. Let's see where it's at and where it's heading. It's actually died down significantly in the Smithville and Cookeville areas, but now it's tracked up toward Monterey. We have a little bit of that rain coming down in Crossville as well. Nashville area hasn't seen much of anything that's happened over the course of the last hour, but look at these little cells right here. Tiny little pop-up weak showers that are moving in. And we've got a couple of these here on the map that are dotting it. So we'll keep our eyes on these and see if they develop a little bit more. But a few raindrops on the windshields this morning for sure. And the heavier rainfall still on the way later on this morning into early afternoon. We'll look at future track in less than 10 minutes.
Steer clear traffic this morning. Let's get right to that crash coming down from Jolton. This is going to be on I-24 as you make that drive down through the Jolton area, right around Whites Creek Pike. Exit 35 here is where the crash is, we're told, and it is slowing things up in a big way as you make that drive out and about there. You can try to use Clarksville Highway as the best way to steer clear. Unknown exactly how bad this wreck is and when they'll get it out of the way, but as you can see, it's causing lots of red and yellow as you make that drive in. After you get past that crash, if you're coming down 24 from Jolton and Whites Creek, it gets better, just foggy, extremely foggy in all conditions there this morning. The fog will stick around for the next couple of hours, making visibility low, to say the least.
Justin, thank you. Updating you on breaking news this morning. A man is now waking up in jail after police say he was seen dragging a body down the stairs of his apartment complex. Metro Police tell Fox 17 News a maintenance worker at the Parliament Place Apartments saw Dominic Collier dragging a body wrapped in blankets down the stairs. All of this happening yesterday. They say teams later found the body in a nearby culvert. A coroner right now is working to figure out who this person is and the cause of death. Right now, Mr. Collier is charged with all kinds of counts. We will continue to update you on this breaking news story as we learn more. Also, new this morning, surveillance video from Chris Young, the country superstar, and his team of lawyers now surfacing after Chris Young got arrested this week at a bar in Nashville. Now, this video that we're about to share with you is raising some questions as to whether the singer was wrongfully arrested. We'll let you watch. You can be the judge and listen to some experts as well with Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar telling us what this new video shows, along with reaction from a retired police officer.
All right, well, let me first start by telling you what happened here on Monday night. ABC agents say that about 4 doors down here on Tin Roof and Greenbrier Street, they entered the bar to check Chris Young's ID along with others before walking over here to Doghouse through a door that you can see here. And I'm not sure how packed this bar was, but what we do know is that the affidavit says that Chris Young and his friends followed the agents here, walked in, causing a commotion. One agent claiming that Young stopped him from going out this door and even stuck him on the shoulder. However, the newly released surveillance video that you just mentioned shows a different story. It is raising questions to the validity of that affidavit. Take a look at your screen. It shows Chris Young and his friends walking into Doghouse, and then Young reaches out to the TABC agent, who reacts by shoving the musician, causing him to lose his footing and fall backwards over a table and chair. His lawyer, Bill Ramsey, says the stark difference of accounts should make the TABC drop the charges. He says in part, what happened to my client Chris Young at a bar in Nashville on Monday night was wrong, and he never should have been arrested and charged in the first place. Now take a listen to a retired Metro police officer responding to the video.
Keep in mind, we have no audio here, so we don't know if there's anyone antagonizing anybody. You know, we're just going on simply what can be seen.
ABC says that they can't comment further than what's already on the police documents. We're live in Nashville. Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thanks for that update. 6:05 right now. The Titans making changes after welcoming Brian Callahan. That'll be made official today for everyone to see. We'll tell you who else is in charge of the team's future. And right now, a code red weather alert holding strong for today. The fog is going to be a big impact here for your morning commute, so please take it slow out there and watch for those potholes. Plus the rain as it moves in and out of the area. We'll be tracking it for you live through 9.
Need a midweek pick-me-up?
Well, later today, Titans fans will get a chance to hear from their brand new head coach, Brian Callahan. Callahan comes to the Titans from the Cincinnati Bengals, where he served as the offensive coordinator, and he has worked one-on-one with the likes of quarterbacks like Peyton Manning, Derek Carr, Matthew Stafford, and, of course, Joe Burrow. Now, during my afternoon radio show on WNSR, I spoke with Charlie Goldsmith from the Cincinnati Enquirer, who has covered Brian Callahan and the Bengals over the past 3 years. I asked him what's going to change about the Titans now that Brian Callahan is in charge.
Brian Callahan, in his ideal world, would not be running the offense that, I personally saw the Titans run in the divisional round against the playoffs 2 years ago. The Bengals offense and Callahan's offense is pretty much the opposite of that. The run game is a complement, a way to set up the passing game and take the heat off the offensive line.
The opposite of that. Notice what he said. In addition to hiring Callahan, the Titans also promoted Rand Carthon to the executive vice president role. It puts him completely in charge of the roster and the coaching staff. So now there's no more questions about who's exactly signing who and what's happening here. The press conference to introduce the entire new Titans power structure is scheduled for later today at 1 p.m.
6:09 the time right now, taking a look at your forecast. This is that day we've been talking about all week long. We're going to wake up to more rain coming down, and it will pick up the pace a little bit later today. The big story to begin today, before we actually work back into some more moderate rainfall, is dense fog just about everywhere here. Red right over Nashville and Gallatin, Dickson, up toward Clarksville, down through Murfreesboro. It's hard to escape areas of fog here this morning. Usually we'll see just one or two little dots to pop up. Dense fog advisory in effect for all of Middle Tennessee until 9 a.m. and southern Kentucky until noon. A lot of rain begins to move in late morning into the afternoon. We'll be tracking that for you coming up in a few minutes. We'll take a new look at future track and the timing and which area of Middle Tennessee has the best chance for the heaviest rainfall later.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. All right, let's get to I-40 at Broadway. That is where the fog is starting to really roll in, and it is going to affect your drive just a little bit. Give yourself stopping space, everyone. Give yourself plenty of room between yourself and the next car. Between the wet weather as well as the fog, low visibility, you want to make sure there's room for mistakes either by yourself or by the driver next to you. So heads up out there in Broadway even, where we've got more lights than anywhere else in the city. There is still plenty of fog, and it can be tough to see. Speaking of tough to see, I imagine that's what is happening coming down from Clarksville and Jolton right now. I-24, as you make that drive down, we've got a crash very close to Whites Creek Pike in that area. You could try to use Clarksville Highway as the best way to steer clear, but 74 minutes right now is that drive. It is getting longer all the time. Unsure exactly how bad the crash is. We probably know that the fog and the wet weather, though, probably had something to do with that particular crash. So again, we'll continue to investigate it. Just know it's going to be a slow drive coming down from Clarksville. And it's even that way out in Rutherford County. This is I-24 as you make that drive in from Laverne. You can see where the fog again is starting to play a part, even though we're getting less and less of the snow and ice all the time. Should almost be completely gone, distant memory at this point.
More housing and more construction. That's the focus as Hawaii rebuilds after the deadly wildfires last year. I'm Jeff Paul in Los Angeles. I've got the details coming up.
Good morning and welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. We have an update now to a story that we first brought you yesterday. The TBI has now identified a person found dead in a car in Ashland City. 22-year-old Corbin Rich, found on Bear Wallow Road in that sedan you can see right there. Now police have not released a cause of death here, and they are still investigating this morning. This is a pretty wild story. A family in Raleigh, North Carolina survives this. Look at that massive tree that crushed their car on a highway. This happened as the family was going from Raleigh, North Carolina to Virginia. Star Smith was in the car with her family at the time. Listen.
I definitely believe God was protecting us. That's the only thing that makes sense. Like, I literally, when it happened, I thought I was going to open my eyes and I was going to be in heaven, because I literally thought I died.
What an experience. And look at the damage. Crazy here. Now, Star Smith was in the car with her mom, who has some injuries. Also in the car, her sister and her son. So the four of them, and overall, they're all expected to be okay. That is just wild. I'm guessing if they were going from Raleigh to Virginia, this is on Interstate I-85, just because I've driven that more times I could ever count. So just an incredible story of survival, man. All right, 6:15 is the time right now, and we've got Greg here to tell us about the forecast. You know, seeing that tree uprooted and across the road kind of made me think about, you know, all the rain that we're having here. We get a little bit of wind, loose roots.
Yeah, we have to watch that a little bit going in toward the afternoon. Right now, there's really nothing on the radar that's really impressive.
Okay.
So there's just a couple little light rain showers that are there. Moving forward, though, that rain will pick up in intensity and scope, and it will give us the potential for some flooding, for some more uprooted trees. And this is going to happen real quick when it comes down to putting down the heaviest of the rainfall. Where are we seeing just a few areas that we're going to keep our eyes on? One of them is Nashville. I had told you about 10 minutes ago that this little guy right here is trying to make its way through downtown and push up toward Old Hickory and then eventually Hendersonville in about a half hour. This is a really tiny band of rain. It only lasts about 10-15 minutes, but it's there on top of our visibility problems, which are also kind of causing us a headache here to kick off the day, no matter where you are at. A little more organized rainfall down to the south and to the east. Shelbyville, listen up. Let's see when this next batch, if it gets to you, and we'll continue this all the way up through Shelbyville and then also about Buckle. Let's take a look, though, at the forecast going forward. What can we expect when it comes to the rest of today? Limited visibility, localized flooding is possible, small storm threat, and a small wind threat for the afternoon. So stay weather aware throughout the entire late morning and early afternoon time frame. Now, there'll still be a few showers later in the day, but that's when the bulk of all this rain is going to come down. Showing you right here on Future Track, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. right over Nashville. 10 a.m. going into the early afternoon. This is 1 p.m. out toward the Cumberland Plateau. Here's those lingering light showers on the backside of it that we'll watch as well, but you just kind of got the idea there with all the yellows and the oranges late morning. Early afternoon, fog will not be out of here until at least 9-10 o'clock this morning. Dense fog advisory in effect until then for Middle Tennessee.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get out to I-65 at the Harpeth River Bridge. Traffic over there doing pretty well. No big problems down there right now. The fog is not even visible from this particular camera, even though we know that can change very quickly as the fog moves in and out across Middle Tennessee. Where we are seeing the crash is coming down from Whites Creek and Jolton, coming down from Montgomery County. 76 minutes in total coming down from Clarksville right now, the downtown Nashville. A big slowdown happening here very close to Whites Creek Pike as you go back towards Pleasant View and New Hope in this area. You could try to take the Clarksville Highway right here, 41A. That could be your best bet to steer clear as that slowdown continues. We'll continue to track it for you.
6:18 is your time right now. So much has happened in the world since the Hawaii fires. But there is still a lot of damage and much work to be done to recover and rebuild. Fox News correspondent Jeff Paul with an update this morning.
Hawaii Governor Josh Green led a moment of silence for the victims of the Maui wildfires before briefing Hawaiians on how he plans to move the recovery effort forward. In his annual State of the State address, Green promised to be more aggressive in rebuilding burned out areas of Lahaina. He's also making a big push to shift more vacation rentals to shelter about 5,000 still left homeless since the fires. But the most significant change was his proposal to charge a vacation tax to out-of-state visitors.
We're trying to raise revenues, and we're also trying to curb the sheer number of people that travel to Hawaii. So when people say, you know, maybe 1% fewer people will come because they hear there's a new fee, that's okay.
Governor Green is also calling for more help from the federal government, while private aid groups continue to step up. Actor Dwayne Johnson told Fox News on Wednesday he's helped distribute more than $60 million to 8,000 victims through his work with the People's Fund of Maui.
Those are our people, just as Americans, and the tragedy that they went through is unimaginable, and as you know, we know, and the world knows, they're still going through it.
Green's address came just a few days after officials and residents came together to mark the start of the Lahaina rebuilding phase. Folks there are vowing to get life back to normal.
The people of Lahaina, we know how to sail through a storm. This is living proof. We're still here.
Hawaii's governor is also proposing charging visitors a $25 climate impact fee in addition to the tourism tax. In Los Angeles, Jeff Paul, Fox News.
Jeff, thank you. Your voice, your vote. Do you remember when President Biden sided with the union during the UAW strike? Well, if that was a move trying to get an endorsement, eventually it worked. The UAW just announced it is endorsing the president.
Elections aren't about just picking your best friend for the job or the candidate who makes you feel good. Elections are about power.
And Sean Fain made it very clear during the strike that he wants power. The 400,000 member UAW had held off on endorsing Mr. Biden's re-election bid because they were worried his policies were too heavily weighted toward electric vehicles. Right now, 6:21 is your time, and live look on Lower Broadway. We've got a few crews out and about, a little bit of traffic moving through, but no problems in the heart of downtown Nashville traffic-wise. Just be careful as you get out there. You can see the streets are wet. We got some ponding on our roads.
Jurassic World Live Tour.
Good morning to you on this Thursday, January 25th. I've got a quick look at this dense fog advisory for you. The rain has paused for now. So rain falling is not going to be a high impact for your morning commute in the Nashville area, but the fog will be. You can see we have this dense fog advisory for all of Middle Tennessee. There's not a single county that's not included. We have reduced visibility. The warning from the experts, take it slow. This dense fog advisory is set to expire right around 9 o'clock this morning. That's also about the time we're going to start to see more rain fill in. So looks like if you've got to get on the road in the next few minutes, rain won't be an issue. Bus stop, you should be okay. But that fog is going to be the big weather maker event for the morning right now.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning at 6:24. Here's a quick look at what we're dealing with out there at I-40 close to Donaldson Pike. Here in the Donaldson area as you approach the airport. Small backups as you get off at the airport exit, but overall not really causing big problems out there on the roads, and that's certainly good news. Here's a drive coming in from the Antioch area. Antioch, Cane Ridge, starting to slow up there. You make that drive down I-24 towards Old Hickory Boulevard. Again, this is the Antioch side of it. The traffic's starting to back up just a bit. No word about a crash. This is just congestion as you get out there. The big congestion point where there is a crash is I-24 here, very close to Whites Creek Pike. As you make that drive coming down from Jolton, it seems to be getting worse all the way back up through, headed back towards New Hope Road and places like that. You can use the Highway 41A or Clarksville Highway. That's going to be your best bet to steer clear and get around some of that backup. And I'm sure the fog is thick up there as well.
Justin, thank you. Operation Crime and Justice right now. A man is now facing charges of assaulting 2 women over the course of a week and trying to keep them from leaving his apartment. Getting you the details now here from Metro Nashville, where police say this man, Tanner Patterson, had been talking with these 2 women on social media and then said to meet him at his apartment on Brent Ridge Drive. That's when police say he attacked the women and took their money. Detectives had already been investigating Patterson. The first assault that he was connected to back on January 14th, according to police. And they say the second attack happened just a few days later. Police now say that Patterson is facing all kinds of charges. And by the way, the kicker, this guy was on supervised federal release for bank robbery when police arrested him. We have a breaking news update in moments from Antioch after a man is shot and killed when he's picking up his toddler.
Find an affordable vehicle.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning, and thanks for waking up with us here on Fox 17 News This Morning. A foggy start to this Thursday, and this is widespread across the mid-state. Some of the highest impact areas and the biggest dangers on the roads as you get out here on this Thursday morning.
I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard coming through the Antioch area. Things are slowing down just a bit. We're going to tell you about the best ways to steer clear.
Yeah, we've got you covered. And one of those biggest issues out there, the potholes right now. They're hard to see sometimes as it is. You combine, the rain and the fog and it's still dark. Well, please be careful out there. We've got you covered live through 9 and glad you're with us. I'm Jennifer Waddell. Erica Glover's off today. Let's start right now with our Code Red weather alert. Greg Bobus tracking all of those impactful elements this morning.
Oh, what a morning we're having so far. Yeah, we've had some light rainfall that's died down a little bit for most of us. For the time being, that picks up later today. When the rain ended, overnight we picked up a lot of fog. You just saw a few of our cameras out there. We'll keep showing you what we're seeing because the pockets kind of do shift around throughout a morning like this, depending upon who's getting rain and who is not. Here's a look at visibility. Reds indicating very low visibility, less than a mile worth of visibility, and it's still dark outside. Taking a look, here is Doppler radar. Cookeville down through McMinnville and Tullahoma. These little showers have not moved pretty much at all in the last hour. They're stuck where they're at. We have a stagnant weather system over us, but it'll start speeding up a little bit later this morning into early afternoon. That's when we'll see our best chance for heavier rainfall, our best chance for any lightning and thunder, and any potential wind. Ground is very saturated right now. That could lead to the possibility of more of those big older trees getting uprooted. So a lot of things to watch out for throughout the day, but just know it's going to be warm. Any way you look at it, 65 later on this afternoon. We'll stay in the 40s at night a couple more times, and then the weekend, we'll deep dive into that a little bit more because it is kind of a two-parter here. Saturday, rainy and warmer. Sunday, drying out and cooler. We'll work through that progression in a few.
Steer clear traffic out there for you at 6:31. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with here on I-24. As you make that drive in, we received word of a crash that could be taking place there at around exit 59, which would be Bell Road. So this is a look back towards that area because I checked the Bell Road camera, didn't see it. We are seeing a little bit of a backup here as you approach, but this is mainly because of a merge point, and exit 59 would technically be right here, right there. That's Bell Road. That's the exit for it. Not seeing the crash here doesn't mean it's not there, but we will continue to check on it here, as I do a little investigative work right here on the scene. Yeah, we're not seeing it there, but it could be something that's off to the side at this point, so it is causing a slowdown, making that drive in from Antioch. The thing we are sure of is this slowdown. Coming down from Clarksville this morning, make another plan. Take Clarksville Highway. I know a lot of you have your own personal shortcuts. Cool with me. Just getting on I-24, trying to make that drive in is probably not conducive to getting to where you want to go on time. There are slowdowns here near Whites Creek, Pike, all the way back close to the New Hope area. So please watch out for that. It probably extends all the way up towards Pleasant View at this point. We'll continue to watch it.
Justin, thank you. Singer Chris Young, arrested in a Nashville bar this week, now has an attorney. And that lawyer says they've got the surveillance video to prove he should have never been arrested. Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar is where this all went down with the latest.
ABC agents say that they checked the singer Chris Young's ID along with others behind me 4 doors down at Tin Roof on Demumbrian Street Monday night around 8:30. Then an affidavit states that the agents walked over here to Doghouse and entered that door to do another compliance check. Shortly after, the affidavit states that Chris Young and his friends followed inside. The affidavit also states that Young assaulted one of the agents. Now, the newly released surveillance video tells a different story. Take a look at your screen. Young and his friends walk in, then Young reaches out to the TABC agent, who reacts by shoving the musician, causing him to lose his footing and fall backward over a table and chair. Young's lawyer saying in part in a statement, in light of the video evidence, Tennessee ABC needs to drop the charges and apologize for the physical, emotional, and professional harm done towards my client. A retired Metro police officer comments on the situation. Take a listen.
When someone grabs you or puts their hands on you and you don't know what their intentions are, you check them back to create space and distance. It's called a reactionary gap.
Fox 17 News reached out to Doghouse, who say that they're surprised that Young was arrested on their property. They say that the singer has never caused any problems. Fox 17 News also reached out to ABC, who says that they can't comment further than what's on the police documents. Reporting in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. 6:34 right now, and an update to a story that we brought you as breaking news yesterday morning. We have now learned the name of the man who was killed in a shooting in Antioch. Police say 22-year-old Jonathan Castillo was picking up his toddler from his ex-girlfriend's house when somebody shot him. Witnesses said that 2 gunmen told Castillo to put his hands up and then opened fire. Castillo taken to the hospital where he died. Police have not identified any suspects as of this morning. If you have any information, saw something, heard something, please call Crime Stoppers. We've got that number right there at the bottom of your screen. Operation Crime and Justice continues this morning. A man out on bond arrested again. What police say happened and whether he has any chance of making bond this time. Plus, our Code Red weather alert for your Thursday, in effect for the concern of some possible flooding. We've got more rain coming in waves. We'll tell you when to expect the next one in about 2 minutes.
Struggling with the highs and
Good morning, welcome back. Time right now, 6:37. Taking a look at your forecast, and we're working through the rain again. But right now, we have to get through the fog before the rain really takes back over later this morning into early afternoon. Flooding is still a potential for us here as we go throughout today. Very warm, will be in the 60s. Let's track the rain as it moves in. So this is going to be future radar for you, starting here, making our way through 7 o'clock. You'll see the rain begin to pick up a little bit more. We're already getting a few hints just south of the Alabama state line that we do have some rain that's going to pick up in intensity and move into Middle Tennessee. Here's 10 a.m. Still not terribly impressive, but a little more coverage on the radar for us here. Some steady rainfall continues to take us through 1 o'clock. And then we'll see this begin to move to the east late today. After dinner time, only a few more light sprinkles are left. And then we get a little bit cooler for the weekend, but we dry out for your Friday. I see no indications of any real weather makers we have to worry about until we get back into the weekend itself. Saturday, going to be 58 degrees. Then we plummet down to 46 degrees on Sunday. Cold front moves in, brings in some steady rainfall on and off throughout the day on Saturday. So that is not going to be the dry day in the forecast. Once that cold front moves in, nighttime temperatures back in the 30s for most of next week.
Steer clear traffic right now at 6:30, just about 6:39. So for those of you who might have to head out at, say, 6:45, maybe you're going to leave at 6:45, things are looking pretty stacked up right here on I-24 at Hickory Hollow Parkway. Now, this is a typical slow zone for our morning commute, but the fog and the wet roads kind of complicating things here. I know Justin was keeping an eye on this to see if there was anything worth noting. He did mention if you got those favorite detours on I-24 coming into Nashville, you could go ahead and take them. The other thing we're watching right now, though, is a big backup on I-24 on the opposite end of town. This is between Clarksville and Nashville. And we got something going on here near I-24 and the intersection for 431, which is Whites Creek Pike. If you're leaving Clarksville coming toward Jolton, it's right as you approach that interchange for Whites Creek Pike. So this would impact our morning commuters from, say, Pleasant View, and if you were coming in from maybe Coopertown up that way. So good detours here would be your standard back road detours that y'all know if you live in the small towns, but also you could take 41 to come in. Just a heads up, 41 is also a little bit backed up because of that congestion. A man who had just got out on bond arrested again in Nashville after police say he had stolen guns, drugs, and outstanding warrants. It's a lot going on. Detectives arrested Jonathan Speichner on 14 different counts during a drug deal on Thompson Place. Police say Speichner had a gun on him that had been stolen from a car at Nissan Stadium a couple of years ago. His newest bond now set at $147,000. Continuing coverage this morning on this Muslim woman who sued Rutherford County for making her take off her hijab. The newest developments and why Rutherford County is now having to make changes. The winter trend. If you've got teenagers in your house, you know what I'm talking about when it comes to the wardrobe. And it has some parents concerned. Is it worth the concern? We'll take a look in minutes. And right now, a live look on Lower Broadway. We've seen some cars and trucks down here with flashing lights. They look to be part of some type of work crew on Lower Broadway. Not worth, any concern, but look at the fog as you look away from the riverfront, settling kind of thick here in the heart of Nashville.
The playoffs are on.
Good morning. 6:43 is the time right now, making headlines this morning. A Muslim woman arrested and then required to remove her hijab for a booking photo has now successfully sued Rutherford County, and the county is having to make changes as a result. The backstory here, Sophia Johnston, who you see on your screen, booked on a charge that got dismissed. She asked for a religious accommodation because some Muslim women believe only certain members of their family should see their hair. Now, you noticed in that picture she was wearing the hairdressing. The county agreed to pay Ms. Johnston, though, $100,000. They also now have to update the jail's booking policy and destroy all records and video associated with her arrest. Health headlines this morning when it comes to this cold weather that we have already experienced this winter, and there's more on the way. There appears to be a generation gap of sorts as to what people think is essential winter clothing. Fox's
Adult New Yorkers know when it's cold outside, you bundle up. But teen and tween New Yorkers,
My school uniform itself is pretty hot, so I don't feel the cold as much as my parents do.
Bella Caballero among scores of 12 to 17-year-olds not bundling up when leaving the house. And it's a source of frustration for her mom, India.
She doesn't have a hat on. She doesn't, and a lot of kids are like that. Because I bring her to school every day. They're all like that. No hat, no scarf, no gloves.
I don't feel like doing it. It's just be too tight sometimes, too. So it's just better to leave it out.
So for certain generations, the rule of thought was always bundle up, keep your head covered so that you won't catch a cold. But is that really the case? So we decided to ask an expert. And Dr. James Schneider, Chief of Pediatric Critical Care at Cohen Children's Medical Center, says there is a hint of truth.
And the hint is that if you were to become excessively cold, really more hypothermic, which is in itself, I'll say, an illness of being excessively cold, it can affect your immune system to make it a little weaker. But if you're talking about running outside for playing for 20 minutes when it's 50 degrees out or 40 degrees out, you're not wearing a coat, you're really not going to catch a cold.
For me, I'm comfortable like this. I got a hoodie on, I wear my thermal, I'm good.
One of the prevailing thoughts among young people is that coats are bulky and many simply opt for something lighter, say a hoodie. But not 15-year-old Serena Sanchez.
I put mine on because I'm not trying to get sick. It's 30, 20 degrees every day this week, and colds catch like this, and COVID's still a thing.
A couple of weeks ago, I did wear a coat. It was that cold.
India says she's given up fighting with her daughter mornings before school, and she's moved into a wait-and-see attitude, she says.
I'm pretty sure when she starts getting older, she'll start wearing the scarf and the gloves. I don't really know at what age they'll start feeling the cold, because I see a lot of high school students that still won't close their coat and stuff. It's amazing. I'm telling you, it's a superpower.
From the Upper West Side, Antoine Lewis, Fox 5 News.
Jenna, I know you may have a thought or two about this. Are kids just going to be kids, or can we break the problem?
No, I mean, we've all been there. We've all done it. I think it's just one of those things where as a parent you think, okay, I'm going to pick my battles, right? What battle are we going to attack today? Mm-hmm. And is it going to be over the coat?
Some days yes, some days no.
It does crack me up though that it could be 30 degrees outside and the teenagers are wearing shorts and a t-shirt, but they come inside to the warm house where it's like 69 degrees and they complain that it's cold.
And then they go put the hoodie on and slippers and stuff. I've been guilty as charged of doing that kind of thing too when I take the dog outside, so I can't cast aspersion. But we don't need winter coats this morning. We need umbrellas for later today. This is the big setup. This weather maker has just been right over us. It's been giving us round after round of rain, brought in so much moisture with it, then it ended up giving us the fog we've got this morning on all of our cameras. Taking a look, Doppler radar, trying to pull this away from us, and it's going to eventually do that later on today. Right now we have a little bit of a lull in the rain, but it will pick back up, and it will end up giving us some more. You can see the wind will be out of the south here. That's when we're going to have things that change when it comes to temperature. After this rain moves out, colder temps will move back in. 65 later today. 59 degrees tomorrow, and then 58 on Saturday. We'll get a little break from the rain after the first few hours of Friday, and then dry out for the rest of it. Saturday, cold front moves in, and that really will start to knock down temperature. We're back to the 30s overnight Saturday into Sunday. We'll stay in the 30s overnight Sunday into Monday and Tuesday. This will be back to winter coat weather. Winter coat weather. In the mornings here leading into next week. Afternoons, not all that bad. We'll be in the 40s as we transition from Sunday into Monday.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
A wet week in Texas with heavy rain and jolting storms passing through. This police unit caught in high water after rains in San Antonio. An officer was blocking the road, which is near a creek. Then the patrol car got stuck in the water. And 3 days of rain sent the Colorado River out of its banks and into flood stage in LaGrange, Texas on Wednesday.
For more content like this, like the National Weather Desk on Facebook.
Still clear traffic for you this morning. That's a slow go this morning over at the Vietnam Veterans area, very close to Gallatin Road. You can see it for yourself. The fog is playing a role in some of that slowdown as you get out and about there. But overall, the drive is passable. You can't get by. No road closures going on right now. It's just extremely slow depending on where you're coming from. And the fog is certainly playing its part along with the wet weather. Overall drive coming out from Clarksville still slow because of a crash right at exit 35, which is the Whites Creek Pike exit. You can try to use Clarksville Highway and other areas in order to steer clear. It's just going to be slow going all the way back for several miles coming down from Montgomery County this morning.
6:50 is the time right now, and today Alabama is set to move forward with a controversial execution. The state of Alabama plans to use nitrogen gas on Kenneth Smith. He was convicted for his role in the murder for hire of Elizabeth Sennett. Now, this is set to be our country's first execution using this method. The state claims it is painless and humane. Critics argue something like this has too many ways to go wrong. This all comes, though, after the U.S. Supreme Court and an appeals court both rejected Mr. Smith's arguments against the execution. Taking a look at some international headlines here on your Thursday morning. A train headed for Prague crashing into a truck, killing the train operator. Pretty wild video here. There are several injuries as well, about 19 people hurt. They're expected to all recover. Police say they still don't know why the truck, what's left of it here, was on the tracks. Health headlines now. The Red Cross is asking you to roll up your sleeves yet again because they have a serious blood shortage. They've issued an emergency blood shortage announcement, and now they say the winter weather that has stalled out and caused cancellations of blood drives is really starting to have an impact on the overall supply. So if you have the opportunity to get out and you can safely donate blood where you live, you can make an appointment pretty easily through the Red Cross Blood Donor app. This morning, the shocking video of a woman stranded in raging floodwaters. This rescue coming up in about 3 minutes. And in our 7 o'clock hour this morning, Karen Aguilar is going to speak with one of our local representatives about a mission to try to end the grocery tax. Code red weather alert for today, and even as we get into tonight when we have more rain on the way, just a very dark, kind of dreary start to the day, but it's going to be one of those you got to carry your own sunshine, all right? Stick it in your pocket, smile at somebody today, lift their spirits. This is that the dreary, wintry weather that we're going to have to work through together, and we've got you covered live through 9.
when your door is open.
Good morning and welcome into Fox 17 News this morning. We're glad to have you as part of our family and want to just keep you updated on news 24/7. We know that y'all have your phones and you keep updated all day long checking in. This is what's trending right now through our app. It's a free Fox 17 News app. A decade of good times, the popular downtown Franklin Tap House and Burger Joint set to close. If you want to see what's trending and get all your weather, news, and even traffic updates, you can watch us streaming us live through the free Fox 17 News app or head to fox17.com. I know that for those of you who have either had children or maybe you're expecting children in the future, it's always fun to look at the annual list of most popular baby names. Well, babycenter.com puts out one of those lists. And not only do they look at the most popular names, but right now they're showing the not so popular names anymore. According to Baby Center, girl names that were really popular when millennials were born are now kind of falling off. Those would be names like Brooke, Blake, Amanda, Michelle. And then some of the once popular names for boys that are now dropping off are Jaden, Johnny, and Bradley. Something to think about if you're looking for baby names in the future.
That it is, the ever-changing list generation to generation. Taking a look here, Doppler radar. This is what we're picking up. I'm watching down toward the Alabama state line, not for any significant weather, but at least a little influx when it comes to more rain moving in. Not much happening in Nashville. It still is the fog and the wet pavement from yesterday and the rain that we had overnight. That tandem of both, as the sun just now trying to come up, is what's going to end up being the bigger story here as we get to the brunt of school buses leaving, people hitting the road. We're going to see how this shakes out throughout the morning for you. Just know that today is going to be a warm one. Right side of your screen, current temperatures are there for you all the way through 9 a.m. That's where your live and local news source. Everyone else goes to the recorded stuff. We keep it right here with you. Taking a look, I do want to put a little track right now on that cell that we had that's down to the south and just see when some of our hometowns will start getting into a little more, not significant weather, but some steadier rainfall. Murfreesboro, about a half hour. Manchester, 10 minutes. Tullahoma, it's kind of knocking on your door right now, kind of on the west side of town. Taking a look, Nashville, still not really up to bat for anything just yet. If that changes between 7 and 9 o'clock, we will make sure we let you know. Dense fog advisory in effect for all of Middle Tennessee until we get to 9 a.m.
Greg, thanks. Steer clear traffic right now, keeping an eye on issues that could impact your morning commute and helping you to steer clear. This is the situation, I-24 Hickory Hollow Parkway, and we do see some flashing lights up in the distance. If you are coming in this morning from places like Murfreesboro, Smyrna, Laverne, overall your drive time is not awful, but you are going to see a stack up here. You could take some of your favorite detours, maybe it's Old Nashville Highway or Murfreesboro Pike to come on in. Also, still keeping an eye on a situation along I-24 up near Jolton this morning. 41 could be a good detour for you here, but the good news is, at least on the map, it looks like it's kind of ebbing and flowing a little bit more. But look at that drive time, still 76 minutes to get into Nashville from Clarksville. Again, Highway 41 is your best detour, although it's a little backed up. If you really want to go the way back way, you could come down Highway 12 through Ashland City. It is lucky number 7 for the Cincinnati Zoo. Have you ever been to this zoo? It's a great one. This is where Fiona lives, the famous hippopotamus. Well, Fiona turned 7 just yesterday, and she got some extra treats to celebrate. Watermelons, a special cake that was full of her favorite treats. Fiona, in case you're not familiar with her, she gained worldwide attention when she was born 6 weeks premature, weighing just 29 pounds and had to be bottle fed. She was too little and too weak to be able to nurse from her mother. So she is a story of resilience and strength. Happy birthday, Fiona. Can't believe that's been 7 years ago, by the way. That's wild. Hey, let's go to California. Watch with me here during this dramatic swift water rescue in California. A woman spent 14 hours stuck on top of her submerged pickup truck. Rescue crews here realized once they, got the full story that what she did was she tried to drive across a flooded bridge and underestimated how deep the water actually was. I cannot say it enough, folks. This is why you should never drive through a flooded area. So when she got into that water that was way too deep, the truck sank, it flipped over. She somehow managed to get out of the truck, but again, on top of it for 14 hours. And you're watching I guess you could say, the safe, happy ending to this story as they pull her up into that rescue chopper.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning to you. Well, we've thawed out. The rain has moved in, but so has the fog. If you look at your screen right now, you might be wondering, what are we looking at? Well, this should be the downtown skyline, but we can't see it for that thick fog. This is going to be a high impact event for the rest of the morning. We'll get an update from Greg on the forecast in minutes.
Steer clear traffic out there this morning. I'm going to take you out to I-24. This is at the Hickory Hollow area, Bell Road. We are dealing with a crash. You can barely see the police lights. We're going to tell you the best ways to steer clear coming up in a few.
And it's official. The Tennessee Titans confirm Bengals offensive coordinator Brian Callahan is going to lead the team. This is a live look from Nissan Stadium. I know we can't see it, but big news from the Titans as we go through our Thursday and we look ahead to what's next for the two-tone blue. Thanks so much for starting your day with us here on Fox 17 News this morning. Glad to be here for you. I'm Jennifer Waddell.
And I am Justin McFarland. Fox 17 News, of course, your only live and local news source with you from 7 until 9. Erica Glover does have the day off.
You got it. Now, big story of the day is in the weather department. We are in this code red weather alert as we prepare for more rounds of heavy rain that could cause flooding concerns. We're in a bit of a lull right now, but it's going to ramp back up. And our Fox 17 code red meteorologist Greg Bobus is here now to tell us what's next and when it's going to get here.
Yeah, red lights are on, code red weather alert for possible flooding, and we do have that fog. So we have the fog, then the rain comes back, and then that possibility of standing water throughout the day ramps up as we get toward middle to late afternoon. Flood watch is in effect for almost everyone south of I-40 until 6 p.m. That's where the most likely areas of flooding and heavy rainfall will be coming down, an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain between now and the end of the day. This is the dense fog advisory. Reduced visibility, to say the least. We're trying to find you sky cameras that are elevated to show you anything, and they're all looking gray like you just saw. That's the kind of fog we're dealing with here. This is one of the most foggy mornings we've had in quite some time across Middle Tennessee. Taking a look, reds and oranges showing us visibility less than a mile in some areas. And that is all the way down to ground level, folks. That's what we're talking about here today. Doppler radar, like we mentioned, we've seen a bit of a lull overnight, not a whole lot happening, but if in the Linden area, rain's picking up right now. Centerville, you'll be up next, Hohenwald as well. Lawrenceburg, you might get clipped by that little cell just to your west, and if not, it scoots just to the northwest and starts pulling toward Columbia. The most accurate, not the most accurate, but the most consistent rainfall we've seen so far this morning has been in our southeastern counties, and that's where we're going to see the best chance to have some heavier rainfall that does move in. This is the last 4 hours. It really has just been the pop-up, die-down variety of light nuisance rain. The heavier stuff does come in later. 65 very warm degrees today, 59 tomorrow, and we get a little bit of relief from the rain tomorrow before another weather maker moves its way in Saturday into Sunday. That will bring some rain with it. It will also bring in colder temperatures for the back half of the weekend. 46 on Sunday, back to the 30s overnight starting Saturday night into Sunday.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning at 7:03. Here's a good look at what we're dealing with out there at I-24 Hickory Hollow Parkway. As you make your way out and about this morning, as you can see, traffic is moving along. They just had a crash here at the I-24 exit near Bell Road. That crash has now cleared. So we can try to get the very latest on some slowdowns that was getting ready to happen here in this area. Thankfully, it would seem like everything is starting to clear up just a little bit. Overall drive times look like this. Hendersonville, 32 minutes. Murfreesboro, 67 minutes. Clarksville, 68 minutes down from Montgomery County.
Breaking news this morning, Fox 17 News has learned from Metro Police that a man is now waking up in jail after police say he was seen dragging a body down the stairs of his apartment complex. Imagine being in your apartment complex and seeing something like this. Metro Police say a maintenance worker did, in fact, see this happening at the Parliament Place apartments. That maintenance worker claims Dominic Collier was dragging a body wrapped in blankets and a shower curtain down the stairs. All of this happening just yesterday. Crews later found that body in a nearby culvert. We're told a coroner right now is working to determine the identity and cause of death here, and Collier is charged with all kinds of different counts this morning. As we get these breaking news updates coming in from Metro Police, we'll bring them to you live through 9.
We do want to provide an update to you this morning about a story we brought you yesterday, as the TBI has now said that they have identified a person found dead in a car in Ashland City. The agency says that 22-year-old Corbin Rich was found in the 17th block of Bear Wallow Road. They have not released an exact cause of death as of yet, but the investigation is ongoing. We also have new information as we are now following the man that police say was responsible for the shooting death in Antioch. Police say it was a 22-year-old man named Jonathan Castillo, who was picking up his toddler from his ex-girlfriend's house when he was shot. Now, a witness says the two gunmen told him to put his hands up, then they opened fire. He was taken to the hospital, where police say that is where he died. They have not identified any of the suspects. If you have any information, you're asked to contact Metro Police. The number right there on your screen. Of course, if you want to get more details about what is happening in your particular community, what we want you to do is sign up for our daily newsletter. You can do so by going to our website, fox17.com. It's right there on our homepage.
7:05, and big stuff happening today with the Titans. Today, we will meet the new Titans head coach, Brian Callahan. There's an introductory news conference that is set for 1 o'clock this afternoon, and then it's going to be full steam ahead for the two-tone blue. The former offensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals making Nashville home. So we'll be there when it all happens and bring that coverage to you live on air and online at fox17.com.
And we're not done talking Titans quite yet. See that guy right there? That's Rand Carthon, and he has got a big increase in responsibilities there for the two-tone blue. We're going to talk about that, and we're also going to hear from a writer in Cincinnati who knows the new head coach very well.
This code red weather alert that we are in will hold through the rest of the day for the concerns of possible flooding. I know a lot of areas where you live are low-lying. You might be near a creek or a stream, and those areas are going to be prone to flooding as we get more rain on the way. We'll be keeping an eye on those spots for you live through 9.
Feels good to be home.
Well, later today, Titans fans will get a chance to hear from their brand new head coach. He is Brian Callahan. He's coming to the Titans from the Bengals. He was hired by this guy right back here. This is the Titans general manager and now brand new executive vice president, Rand Carthon. Now back to Callahan. He served as the offensive coordinator for the Bengals, and now he is looking to work with the likes of Will Levis, the same way he did with quarterbacks like Peyton Manning, Derek Carr, Matthew Stafford, and Joe Burrow. Now, during my afternoon radio show on WNSR, I spoke with Charlie Goldsmith from the Cincinnati Enquirer, who has covered Brian Callahan over the past 3 seasons. I asked him what kind of change the Titans are in for.
This is a franchise and a fan base that is used to watching dominant, running the football type of teams here. Is that all over with Brian Callahan?
Yeah, it's changing. And now, in the very short term, maybe not quite as much because you're still inheriting, the roster that was built to do this thing. But I think in the ideal world, what's going to happen is he'll get his quarterback, or Will Levis becomes that quarterback. He'll, around Burks, they'll get multiple number 1 or number 1A type receivers, or get another one of those. They'll live in 11 personnel. Their tight end will be a finesse route runner, much more than a bruising blocker.
So in short, things are about to change for the Titans. Things have also changed in their front office. It would seem that in addition to hiring Callahan, the Titans have promoted Rand Carthon to executive vice president. It puts him wholly in charge of the roster for the football team. The press conference is scheduled later today at 1 p.m.
Checking your forecast here as we scoot just past 7-Eleven, and we're making our way into a little more rainfall. In the course of the next 3 to 4 hours, things will pick up just a little bit. The yellows and oranges will return to the radar. This is a brand new look at this. It's updated a little bit here since the last hour, not showing the rainfall to be quite as heavy late morning into early afternoon. There will still be some pockets of it, but not as many. Very hit and miss when it comes to any potential weak thunderstorms as well. You can get the idea. Most of this is going to be in our easternmost counties. Our best chance for the heaviest rainfall going to be our tier of counties right along the Alabama state line. Nashville still going to get our fair share of some rain that does come down. We have the fog this morning right now that we're still trying to work through, and it's almost getting a little more dense in the metro area than it was 2 hours ago. So there's been a shift in who's seeing or seeing the worst of the visibility. Kind of a tongue twister there. Taking a look here, 7-day forecast. This is what we're going to really hone in on here. Coming up in about 5 minutes, we will keep tracking what is on the radar currently. We will work ourselves through this weather maker and then talk about your weekend when cooler temperatures finally come back to the mid-state.
Stay clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's take a quick look here at I-24. This is at the Hickory Hollow Parkway area. As you make that drive off into the fog, things are going to be slow for sure because visibility is low, to say the least. As you make that drive in, right now that drive from Murfreesboro into Nashville is just over an hour. Here's a clearer view this morning at I-40 at Central Pike. As you make that drive in from the east side, we will continue to watch the traffic here for you. Just know the fog is going to be hit and miss for the next several hours across the mid-state.
Several of our neighbors haven't been out of the neighborhood for almost a week.
We've got continuing coverage of the aftermath of last week's winter storm. Coming up, we're going to tell you why some mid-state families are demanding answers from NDOT as many local residents were trapped in their home for days.
A newly introduced bill aims to eliminate grocery taxes. In a few minutes, I'll tell you what that could mean for you.
We're putting our foot down to keep our feet.
Good morning and welcome into Fox 17 News this morning. Our family glad to welcome yours right here to get your day started. 7:15 right now, and we've been talking a lot about the high impact weather events that we're experiencing now, how that plays into traffic.
Absolutely.
And so we're just trying to help you get through the morning as easily as possible.
That's the whole name of the game this time around, because it isn't just one weather element that's getting to us. Sometimes it's just the rain or just the cold or ice. No, we have rain, we have standing water from yesterday, and we also had the visibility issues. Here is Doppler radar. Here's the current radar picture. Not a whole lot going on just across most of Middle Tennessee. Nashville area has nothing that we're worried about. We'll zoom in a little bit though toward Lawrenceburg, and you're going to start picking up some rain here fairly quickly into your area and then continuing to move up toward Lewisburg in the coming hour or so. We'll call Linville about 21 minutes. Lawrenceburg, again, it's basically right on top of you as we speak. Shelbyville as well. Manchester, Fayetteville, and Tullahoma all seeing light, steady, consistent rainfall when it comes to no major downpours within any of these cells. You can see how slowly they are moving, though, to the top right-hand side of your screen. So if they're moving in this direction, top right-hand side of your screen, that means that everywhere that we see that is to the north and west, like Nashville, we're still hours away from working into rainfall that will then take back over and work us into the afternoon. What is the big picture? Well, we do add a little bit more rain to it, and the areas that are not seeing the rain have the most dense fog this morning because using a lot of that moisture to create the fog, and that's how we've been going throughout the entire morning. Dense fog advisory is in effect for us until we get to 9 o'clock this morning. Future rainfall, some 1 to 1.5 inches of rain can't be ruled out for the rest of today into tomorrow. That means we could have some areas of standing water and some flooding later in the day. We have to watch out for low-lying areas. Out the door today, 56 degrees at 8 o'clock, 57 at 9, and 57 at 10. Temps don't really climb that much till the afternoon. We'll be in the low 60s later today.
Steer clear traffic from the north side this morning. Let's go to I-65 and I-24. Should make that drive in. It's tough to see because of the fog, but traffic is relatively slow this morning. Make sure you keep those lights on. It's not so you can see, so other drivers can see you as you change lanes and maneuver about out there this morning. Even after the sun comes up, keep those lights on. This is I-40, New Hope Road, making that drive in from Wilson County. Good morning to all of you out there. This was almost at a standstill a few moments ago. Glad to see traffic moving along in that direction. Much better than what we've seen a little bit earlier in the morning. We've got a lot going on over on Vietnam Veterans Boulevard. We're going to get over there coming up here in the next few minutes.
You don't need us to tell you that grocery prices are high.
Yes, they are.
I mean, we all know it, okay? But we can tell you that there is a new push right now to try to help ease that burden.
Well, one Tennessee lawmaker is sponsoring the bill that would remove the sales tax on groceries. But what would that do to everything else if they did that?
Great question. Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar joining us live with new information this morning. Karen, we got a tax holiday for 3 months last summer on groceries, thanks to the governor's initiative. But I understand Representative Afton Bain wants to make this permanent.
That's right. The bill she just introduced aims to eliminate that grocery tax, as you just mentioned. So if you're walking into places like A&M Marketplace on Roselle Boulevard, where you're at, and you're just trying to grab a melon, papaya, or even an orange, what you pay at that cashier could be less. Now, with slight inflation, Representative Afton Bain says that this bill, if passed, could make an impact. Take a listen.
We, as Tennesseans, have a sales tax on food. And it unfortunately is a tax that is very regressive in terms of for our low income neighbors, fixed income neighbors, working class folks. The Republican leadership, including Governor Lee, announced a 3-month break in the grocery tax this year, which ended earlier this year.
In a little over 10 minutes, Representative Afton Bain will tell you more on how the state plans to gain revenue if the bill is passed and then the grocery tax is gone. Reporting live inside of A&M Marketplace near downtown, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Right now it's an additional 60 miles that they're adding.
That is Nashville leader Courtney Johnston, and we have continuing coverage as Nashville city leaders address complaints from people who couldn't get out of their neighborhoods last week because of all that snow and ice.
Now, TDOT is starting to respond, and some of you may know NDOT has the primary, secondary roads for the city of Nashville. But if you're not on one of those primary or secondary roads, your request to have your road treated may have gone unanswered. This is something that homeowners are not happy about. They say NDOT, they say they are in the process of updating these routes and will start to add some of those post-secondary routes very soon.
Okay, so what does that mean for us?
Yeah.
Right? What does this mean going forward? So we had a mess this winter storm. Could it be fixed this winter? Likely not.
No.
NDOT telling Fox 17 News that the new schedule and all those routes will be released in the fall of this year. So not until we're ready for Next winter will this be updated. Metro Councilwoman Courtney Johnston likes the idea of creating a tertiary map. In other words, a map that would show the third level of roads that they would clear, prioritizing certain ones that don't handle the snow and the ice well.
Can prioritize roads that are maybe those collector roads that aren't necessarily primary or secondary, but are still important for navigating through neighborhoods.
Fox 17 News also reached out to NDOT, and they say 37 trucks were ordered. NDOT says they've only received 1 truck. They say 16 trucks are scheduled to arrive by mid-February. The remaining 20 are scheduled to be delivered by mid-May of this year. There's new video of country music star Chris Young and his arrest at a Midtown bar. Coming up, a retired Metro officer tells us what he sees when he watches the video.
The big game trivia.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning, 7:24. New video from overnight that you're watching right here on your screen shows the moments that country superstar Chris Young is arrested at a Midtown bar. Fox 17 News reporter Kylie Walker got a hold of that video and examines it along with a former Metro officer. Here's what he has to say about it.
The police affidavit says agents with the ABC checked Young's ID during a compliance check at Tin Roof. Young questioned the agents before recording them and later following them next door to Doghouse. Now that's where they did another compliance check, but upon leaving, Young stuck his hand out which you can see here in 2 different angles. He then got pushed. And while retired Metro Police Officer Ken Alexandro says that Young put his hands on an agent and was interfering with an investigation, Young's attorney called the situation wrong, now wanting the Tennessee ABC to drop the charges and apologize to the country singer.
Or Chris could just apologize for sticking his nose in somebody else's business. Mind your own business, and you don't get arrested. That's pretty much a golden rule for life.
We tried to get an interview with Young's attorney, but failed. We also tried to get a response from the ABC, but they said they could not comment further, directing us to the police documents.
All right, Fox 17 News reporter Kylie Walker there. Kylie also talked with the folks over at Doghouse, and they say this all came as a surprise to them because they say Young has never caused any problems, never been disorderly or disrespectful before all this went down. So we'll have continuing coverage on this story as it unfolds, and it will. We'll bring it to you here live on the air and at fox17.com. Right now, though, sending it over to Greg. Greg, we were saying earlier in the week the necessary accessory for your fur babies is going to be the towels by the back door.
Yeah.
We have gone through them at our house.
The laundry machine just keeps going.
Yes.
It just keeps going, and that's how it's going to be for the rest of today. We've been talking about the fog. Now we'll talk about the potential for flooding. Still a flood watch in effect until 6 p.m. today for almost everywhere south of I-40. The rain has not picked up that significantly throughout the morning just yet, but it will, especially in our eastern counties and southeastern areas. You can see up to 1 to 2 more inches of rain. We'll get a little break on Friday, then the weekend. We're going to need the towels again for the four-legged fronts because we're going to have weather maker that moves in on Saturday into Sunday that brings in more showers. Not nearly as warm for the weekend as today will be. Today's going to be 65 degrees. Pack the umbrella, though. That's the human accessory the next couple of days. We don't have back-to-back days that do not have rain until we get into next week, and that's also when colder air moves in. We'll look at that in your 7-day forecast and time this out hour by hour on Future Track as we go into our 7:30 half hour in just about 3 minutes from now.
Greg, thank you. 727, steer clear traffic right now. The fog continues to be an issue through communities like the city by the lake. This is Hendersonville, Vietnam Veterans Boulevard at New Shackle Island Road. And wherever you're going to find a body of water, like Old Hickory Lake, you are going to find fog like that a lot thicker. And that commute this morning on the bypass is pretty thick as well. 46 minutes to get into downtown Nashville from Hendersonville. You're almost at that time where you could take Long Hollow Pike as a good detour because school will be in session. But otherwise, you could take Gallatin Pike, which is Main Street. Just know you'll have to sit through some of the stoplights. We'll check in on more spots in steer clear traffic in minutes. Metro Nashville police say a man used social media to lure 2 women to his apartment. What happened after that and the charges he's facing this morning.
Dupixent helps you do more.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
7:30 your time, waking up in a code red weather alert again for more incoming rain later today and the potential for flooding. Right now, the big story is what you're looking at on your screen. Not a whole lot. Dense fog here making the visibility very reduced across most of Middle Tennessee.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to the very latest happening here. This is 46th Avenue over in West Nashville on I-40. As you can see, boy, the fog is really setting in. We're going to let you know the best ways to deal with that as you get out and about this morning.
Thanks so much for starting your Thursday with us here on Fox 17 News This Morning. I'm Jennifer Waddell.
And I am Justin McFarland. Fox 17 News, your only local news source with you here live from 7 until 9.
All right, so getting a little bit in the rain right now, that break period that Greg's been telling us about. But Greg, when is it going to pick back up again?
Starting to for a few of us, but in the Nashville area, it'll take another hour or two before the raindrops start coming down more prevalently. Hopefully, we can get through the rest of the morning drive time. Got to navigate through the fog, but hopefully we can at least keep the rain at bay long enough to finish up the first little part of our day. Taking a look at the areas that have been seeing some rain fairly steadily here over the course of the last 3 hours. Areas like Clarksville and Cookeville, not seeing it right now, but you were about an hour ago. Smithville and Sparta, a couple of light rain showers hours. These lighter greens are just showing us that the rain is not picked up to a heavy potential here where a lot comes down all at once. But since it's sitting on top of you, it's not really helping either, because small little buildups can still go a long way when it comes to flooding later this afternoon. McMinnville, 28 minutes until you get what's in Manchester right now. That means you're going to have another half hour worth of rainfall before things get a little bit lighter for you. That's how the situation is going to work this morning. I'll put this on a little loop here the last 4 hours. You can see that this has been pretty much how the radars look the entire morning. These little pockets of light rainfall that have settled in. We have not had a single lightning strike overnight into this morning. Here's a look at future tracks showing you the rest of this morning. And by 10 a.m., rain will be spreading a little bit more through 1 p.m. and then taking us all the way through 6 o'clock when things start to finally die down across the board into the overnight. Your 7-day forecast is straight ahead, and when this fog may finally lift and get out of here, that's coming your way in about 5 minutes.
Clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to the latest happening there on the west side of town. This is going to be 40 and 46th Avenue. You can see cars almost just appearing suddenly there on the screen because the fog is so thick coming in there from West Nashville. Normally you can see homes to the side of the road, all kinds of little details, maybe people walking their dogs. Yeah, none of that this morning. The fog is very thick. Put your headlights on, everybody, please. Please put the headlights on. For visibility purposes, you want other drivers to have a chance to see you. Still a bit of a slow go coming down from Vietnam Vets. That's Vietnam Vets at New Shackle Island. They are from the Hendersonville area. We'll continue to keep an eye on things, but so far no major crashes, just a lot of slowdown because of congestion and low visibility.
7:34 right now. Using social media to prey on women. Metro police say 31-year-old Tanner Patterson is facing charges accused of doing that to take advantage of 2 women.
Now, Patterson used social media to build an online relationship with the women, and once they met in person at his apartment, they say that they were attacked by him. Now, detectives are already investigating Patterson for an incident that happened back on January the 14th. But then a second attack, according to authorities, happened Tuesday night. He is now facing multiple charges.
I know the last year or two, it has felt like groceries have been one of the biggest taxes to our budgets. Oh, yeah. The higher the prices continue to go, the more frustrating it is. And so I know you, like us, are wondering, okay, well, are we going to get any relief this year? Will we finally see prices return to more normal? Well, that's yet to be seen, but we do know there is a renewed push right now in our state to remove the sales tax that we have on groceries here in Tennessee.
But what would that do to the rest of the state and its budget? Now, there is a state representative, Alvaton Bain, who is sponsoring the bill in order to remove that sales tax on groceries. Let's get out to Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar, who spoke with the representative, who's got new information about this proposal.
Good morning, Justin and Jen. So I want to give you an idea of shoppers just going through getting groceries. Doesn't have to be hummus. It doesn't have to be juice. But as you can expect, they're hoping that when they bring items, not just like these, but any groceries, up to the cashier, they're hoping that the price tag isn't high. Now, that's what Representative Alvaton Bain is aiming to do for Tennesseans by eliminating that grocery tax. However, the tax does bring revenue for the state, so she explains how the bill plans to make up for that. Take a listen.
But basically what it does is it pulls together all of the revenues across the world for a corporation like Amazon, for example, and then it taxes them on the portion that they're the portion of the revenue that they're generating in Tennessee. And then the second mechanism is through a business enterprise tax, which was instituted in New Hampshire. And for your listeners, New Hampshire is a no income tax state. And so this is a business tax that they enacted to ensure that companies pay what they owe in taxes.
Representative Alvaton Bain is hoping that this bill does get passed to help people like you and me save a buck at the cashier. The bill, if passed, will take effect next year. Reporting live, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you so much. This morning, Fox 17 News in that Code Red weather alert. Greg's got your Doppler radar pulled up live now.
If you overdraw your account, Wells Fargo.
Good morning and welcome into Fox 17 News this morning. 7:39 is your time. And new this morning, the Trinity Broadcasting Network, TBN, now says they will not demolish Conway Twitty's former mansion in Hendersonville, also known as Twitty City.
This has been a big topic of debate over the last few weeks. Now, the group initially said they would demolish the building at a planning commission that happened earlier in the month, but then they changed their mind after a huge public outcry.
We heard the sentiment of the city very well. We prayed about it. We met with some people, and it's going to cost us more money, but that wasn't the issue. The issue is what the heart of the city was, and so we're going to restore the mansion, preserve it, and use it as a management office, along with visiting nurse and in a community center.
Now, restoring it is making reference to the tornado that came through Hendersonville,
yes,
which is how we got to this point in the first place. Twitty City, right there near First Baptist Church of Hendersonville, the YMCA, did have a lot of storm damage after the tornadoes that came through. Hendersonville's Board of Mayor Aldermen now moving forward with the plans to rezone that property.
Lots and lots of public outcry after they just suggested that the mansion may not make it.
Just the thought of it, they were like, no.
And the city of Hendersonville was like, yeah, I don't think so.
All right.
Let's get to the weather.
Let's do it. Yeah, Future Track. Greg's got this pulled up for us real quick. He's working on a couple of other weather projects, so we wanted to just share with you how things are shaping up. This is what it looked like in the Nashville area around 7 o'clock. You could see some heavier rain to our east. Let's fast forward now through 10 o'clock this morning, and you see a lot of that rain will stay to our south, the east, and the northeast. As we go through the next couple of hours, light showers in and around the Nashville area. Looking ahead to this afternoon around 1 o'clock, could have some lunchtime showers if you're going to head out around lunchtime. And then you can notice that heavier rain still staying to our south and our east. But then more is going to move in as we get through showers through the evening, wrapping up hopefully by tomorrow morning. You can see that Future Track by Friday. That's tomorrow, 6 a.m. Looks like most of that rain has moved on out.
Steer clear traffic. We have just picked up word about a possible crash happening down to the south side. This is going to be I-65 at exit 80 there. Really, this is 440. So 65 where it meets 440. A bit of a backup starting to develop because of a crash that has not appeared on camera yet. But we are getting notification about it. If you want to try to use areas around like Woodmont Boulevard, things like that, in order to steer clear, that's your best bet. Again, have not seen it on camera, but we did get notification about it from Metro Police a little bit ago about a possible crash down in that area. We're going to continue to watch things, let you know exactly what else we find, as it is a foggy and rainy morning, not ideal for a drive. Give yourself some extra time.
Well, this has been and will continue to be a rainy week. We've been telling you all about that. And our meteorologist, Brett Luna, has a few quick bits of information for you if you do have to get out today, especially during that heavy rain.
Well, I was headed up Interstate 65 heading into work and saw some questionable decisions being made out there in that heavy rain. One of the things I saw the most, though, was just people driving without their headlights on. And that's one of the easiest things that you can do to keep you and everybody else on the road safe when you're driving during that heavy rain. You have the heavy rain. You also have all the mist coming up from the tires in front of you, and then a little bit of fog, too. And it can make it a little bit difficult to see other drivers on the road. But one of the easiest things you can do, turn your headlights on, make yourself a whole lot more visible. It's also a law, too, that if your windshield wipers are continuously going, your headlights got to be on too. Another one, just don't go quite as fast. I'm sure you've seen those signs above the road saying slow down a little bit in these wet and rainy conditions, and that's what you need to do. Don't go so slow that you make it unsafe for you and everybody else, but just slow down a little bit, and that's going to help increase that friction between your tires and the road. Also, don't use cruise control when you're driving in heavy rain like this. If you do start to hydroplane, you got to just slow down a little bit, let your foot off the gas, don't slam on the brake, and also no really sharp turns with your steering wheel either. Another good note, driving the tracks of the vehicles in front of you, because those tires moving through are going to help kind of sling some of that oil off that is on the road already.
Well, coming up, a toddler killed by fentanyl. This morning, we continue to follow the death of Ariel Rose. Fox 17 News' Amanda Chen has been working on this story like no one else, I promise you. And she will take a look at some of the questions that remain in this case. You have bigger emotional problems. 7:46 is the time here on this Thursday morning. A live look here in downtown Nashville.
It doesn't even look like Nashville.
It doesn't at all.
We've still got the Christmas greenery wrapped around the light poles.
Are they here to get the Christmas stuff down?
It almost looks a little snowy, but no, that's fog. And yeah, those are some crews working in the heart of Lower Broadway. This is right across the street from Hard Rock Cafe along the riverfront there. And yes, very foggy start. Looks more like Seattle. Or maybe Portland.
Portland or London at this point here with the fog. So how much longer is it going to stay that way? That's the big question here. And the rain, it just continues to pour. Greg Bovis is here.
Yeah, we're getting the rain, and the fog is just relentless right now. It hasn't gotten any better. It's actually gotten a little bit worse the last couple of hours. And until the rain moves back in your neighborhood, the fog will continue to persist. Our temperature hasn't moved at all. We got a lot of moisture to work with. Look at this. I have not seen the visibility map this bad in a morning in a long time. And all of our live images we've been showing you have been confirming that every 5 minutes. We just see the red on the map indicating very, very thick fog. Now, the areas that are down to the south are not seeing the fog as prevalent because a couple of showers have been out on the radar this morning, and then that is why we're seeing less fog. It's using the moisture for other things. Limited visibility, though, for at least the next 2 to 3 hours. Localized flooding is possible later today with a small storm threat. That's the reason that we are in code red today. Not a whole lot happening right now, but that will change later on this morning into the afternoon. Jen so expertly worked us through Future Track a few minutes ago, and we'll continue to give you those hour-by-hour updates as we get you all the way through 9 a.m. and then on social media for the rest of the day.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's talk about that drive coming down from Hendersonville this morning on Vietnam Veterans Boulevard. Still around 45, 46 minutes there on that drive as you come in from Sumner County. So heads up on that. You can always try to use Gallatin Road if you would like as the best way to steer clear, but it's got problems of its own. We continue to watch the south side of town. This is going to be I-65 at Armory Drive. Do you have that early morning appointment over at 100 Oaks? Over at the Vanderbilt Medical Mall over there where you want to get a checkup or something? Yeah, give yourself some extra time. We've got word about a possible crash around 65 at 440. Haven't been able to see it, but we are seeing the aftermath. So something's out there for certain, and it's got traffic slowed down in a big way. To try and steer clear of any of this, you want to try to take things like Franklin Pike, which is a good way to run you around the city of Berry Hill. Also Woodmont Boulevard, Thompson Lane, places like that, Powell Avenue. That will help you steer clear of some of the backup.
Yeah, that's rather unusual.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that in Steer Clear Traffic. Plus, we're continuing to hear your stories in the aftermath of the winter storm and the potholes.
Ugh.
Case in point.
Yikes.
Look at the picture on your screen. This is a screenshot that we took from I-24 at Haywood Lane. That looks like a monster of a crater right smack dab in the middle of the interstate.
That is a dinosaur print there that they have put down.
You know, we hit one last night in the car. It was dark. It was rainy. It was kind of foggy. We never saw it because it was filled with water.
Yeah.
So we thought it was just standing water on the road.
You don't know what you're looking at there.
And then I thought we bent the rim. Hey, Justin, you were just talking about a good detour for folks in Hendersonville this morning being Gallatin Pike.
Well.
Speaking of potholes, also getting reports that Gallatin Road coming from Gallatin going toward Hendersonville.
Okay.
All right, so a little bit farther east. So if you're Gallatin toward Hendersonville there on Gallatin Pike, we understand there are some rather brutal potholes in the left lane of traffic.
Okay.
So watch out for that. And by the way, if you've got pothole reports, we're on patrol. We're looking for them. You can let us know. Shoot us an email, news@fox17.com.
7:50 is the time. We continue to follow the death of young Ariel Rose, who was just 23 months old when she died at a transitional housing facility in North Nashville.
This is a story that has gripped the community and just, been heartbreaking to learn about. But the autopsy does show that Ariel died from fentanyl toxicity, and family members working to hold the facility where she died accountable.
Fox 17 News' Amanda Chen has been following this from the very beginning, doing more work on this than anyone else anywhere, I promise you. She's got the very latest on a lawsuit filed by Ariel's grandfather and some new documents.
Yes, good morning, Jen and Justin. Who failed Ariel Rose? It's a question we've been asking for over a year now, looking to get answers. While there have been arrests, some feel others are trying to shift the blame. Now, Ariel's grandfather, Mickey Rose, is suing the nonprofit running the facility and the owner of the building where she died. Melissa Sutton and Jesse Mashburn have also been named in the suit after Metro Police arrested and indicted the two for first-degree murder. But the owners of the building are now pointing fingers at others in a new response filed by the attorney. They claim Ariel's grandmother and father are partly to blame since they were at High Road and allegedly brought her to Sutton and Mashburn. They also feel the aunt and the Department of Children's Services should be held accountable. Since the family tells me the aunt had legal custody and DCS had a duty to place Ariel with someone who would protect her. I spoke with Michael De Leon, a local advocate who speaks across the country, trying to educate students about the dangers of fentanyl.
It's numbing. How can we lose a baby? It's not supposed to happen. So we're not addressing it. We're not addressing it in the world of addiction.
So Amanda Chen joining us now here. Amanda, you have covered this case from beginning to end. What's next here as you've discovered several other toddlers who have died because of this?
Right, and I think the main point that, we've been covering in the story, both of these toddlers, there's another toddler, Cashton Blaylock, they both died from fentanyl toxicity. Both were the same age. They were 23 months old. And you heard a man speak over there, Michael De Leon. He's been a huge advocate and a great resource for the community and even across the country about speaking to students and spreading awareness and educating folks about the dangers of fentanyl. And just to provide some perspective to that, the CDC reports more than 110,000 people in 2022 died from a drug overdose. More than 70% of those deaths include synthetic opioids, and that includes fentanyl.
Wow.
Amanda, we appreciate all your hard work on this story, and I know that you'll continue to dig to get some more answers. Thank you.
Yeah.
7:53 is the time. Right now, we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk the queen of country, Dolly Parton, working 9 to 5 on the stage and in the kitchen. But let's be honest, does she ever sleep? I mean, does she just go 24/7? We're going to tell you about her latest collaboration in minutes.
Dolly's always doing something.
Yes, she is.
And the flying high in those friendly skies, we're going to tell you the best airline in 2023 and some that you may want to avoid. We'll be right back. $7:56 is the time here for you on this Thursday morning. So earlier in the newscast, we told you about our poll over there on X, asking you if the Titans made the right decision by hiring Brian Callahan. We've got an update to that poll, and so far, 64% of you are very close to it, say yes, yes, they did make the right decision. Another 36% say no, you wanted someone else. If you want to chime in on that, of course, you can just scan that QR code, and it'll take you there. Or if you want to check it out for yourself, you can go to our X page, twitter.com, and you can find us at Fox Nashville. A reminder, Brian Callahan will have his opening press conference for the Titans later today at 1 p.m.
Pretty cool, too, because we saw that update live right there as you were talking. Somebody else just voted, and so it shifted the percentages. So pretty cool stuff. Yeah, we encourage you to get involved and let us know what you think.
You could let me know what you think of the weather, too, and I'm guessing that the results would not be favorable. This is one of those mornings. We're working through the fog. We have the rain. It's just not nice. And it's going to get a little bit worse before it gets better. We are in code red for the possibility of flooding later today. Taking a look, though, the rain has died down a ton in the last hour. I'm going to go back 1 hour and show you what's happened. And you can see how there was more of a consistent, steady rainfall going on out toward the plateau, moving toward it. It's dying down as it gets closer and closer to many of our towns. You can see, though, Lawrenceburg, the rain is right there. Ooh, Lewisburg, you are very close to it. Columbia, same story there, too. We'll pull this all the way up toward Franklin, where in about an hour we'll start to see the rain move in. Thompson Station and also Leapers Fork. So we'll keep our eyes on all these little showers throughout the rest of this morning, but the heavier rainfall that could lead to some flooding, that's moving in later today, and you're going to want to have a way to be aware of what that Doppler radar looks like. You can get the Fox 17 Code Red weather app and track along with us when you're on the go.
Steer clear traffic this morning at 7:58. Here's a quick look at what we're dealing with out there at I-65. Armory Drive out there. There it is. 65 at Armory Drive as you make that drive through the South Nashville area there. We were receiving word about a crash there at I-65 at 440. That's where we've had a huge slowdown because of a crash. Again, have not been able to find the crash on our cameras, but we're definitely seeing the backup. You want to use Franklin Pike, Powell Avenue, Woodmont, Thompson, anything you got to try and steer clear of that particular neighborhood right now. The other thing we're watching is slow traffic in the Bellevue area. This is I-40 as you make your way towards Old Hickory Boulevard. The fog and the rain causing a bit of a slowdown.
You remember that old song, Hey, Good Looking, What You Got Cooking?
That wasn't Dolly, though.
No, it wasn't Dolly.
Okay.
But Dolly's cooking.
Okay.
She is cooking up new stuff in the kitchen. Country singer and, of course, country queen, teaming up with Duncan Hines to expand that line of boxed baking mixes that she's been selling.
Why not?
So, you know, you can find them in your local grocery stores. Well, we've got chocolate cake, yellow cake, cinnamon crumb cake, blueberry muffins, banana nut muffins. Those are all hitting the shelves later this month. Now, she already had some other box baking stuff for sale. And if she isn't working hard enough, the 9 to 5 queen is also planning to release frozen foods later this year. Does that give us an insight as to what Dolly loves? Thinking maybe comfort food? We'll find out.
She loves working, I think.
Right, exactly. All right, we'll let you know as soon as those are released. Stick with us. Our 8 o'clock hour is right now.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Holding strong in our Code Red weather alerts for several rounds of moderate to heavy rain that will continue throughout this morning and into the afternoon. A live look on Lower Broadway showing a lot of activity and wet roads to kick off your Thursday.
Steer clear traffic this morning, I-40 near Old Hickory Boulevard over there in the Bellevue area. Heavy traffic moving in and a lot of fog to contend with as well. We're going to tell you about a mess over on the south side coming up in the next few minutes.
Have a lot to get to. New this 8 o'clock hour. We want to thank you for joining us for Fox 17 News this morning. I'm Jennifer Waddell.
And I am Justin McFarland. Fox 17 News, your only live and local news source with you from 7 until 9. Erica Glover does have the day off.
We begin right now with the Code Red weather alerts, preparing for round after round of rain that could create some localized flooding. We have our Fox 17 Code Red meteorologist Greg Bobus standing by right now as new updates are coming in on that forecast.
That they are. I mean, every half hour, Future Track looks just a little bit different as we're pinpointing when the bulk of this system is going to move in and then when it's out of here later on today. But here are the big 3 bullet points. Flood watches are in effect until 6 p.m. almost everywhere south of I-40. Flooding possible in those areas, especially low-lying areas. And the ground is really saturated right now, so it's going to take a lot longer for it to soak in. Additional 1 to 2 inches of rain cannot be ruled out. Please avoid standing water to the best of your ability. Taking a look here, dense fog advisory is in effect for us until 9 o'clock. That does not mean that at 9 o'clock we flip a light switch and all the fog is gone. It just means that it will start to get progressively easier to drive in the coming hours after that. So keep that in mind. That's again until 9 a.m. for Middle Tennessee. This map has not improved at all in the last 2 hours. Reds everywhere you can see. What does red mean? Red means that visibility at any one point in that area that's shaded is less than a quarter of a mile. This is some of the most dense fog we've had in the morning in quite some time. That's the big story now. Top of the radar, not a whole lot going on. The areas that have not seen any real rainfall overnight into this morning are the ones that also are seeing more of that moisture being used for fog, and that could limit our chance for thunderstorms later today as the radar begins to fill back in. We'll look at that on Future Track, and as things inch closer to the Nashville area, see what additional impact that can make on top of the fog we are contending with.
Steer clear traffic this morning. Let's take you to the south side. This is going to be the I-65 area. I-65 near Armory Drive, very close to 100 Oaks. So if you've got that doctor's appointment, just know you may need some extra time to even find the office, maybe even find the exit. We did have some reports of an earlier crash near 440 at I-65. But so far, we have not been able to find the crash. We did find some backup. I'm going to switch to camera. I'm going to warn you that I'm switching the camera now, and I know what it looks like. But here we are, 65 at Harding. Where? Okay, I mean, it is almost, you can't see anything, but that is traffic. Those headlights are all vehicles moving through the area. It is extremely difficult to see anything. Watch them zoom out there. Yeah, I mean, this is what you're driving into as you leave the house this morning. So please, heads up on that. Give yourself plenty of stopping distance between yourself and the next vehicle, because as you can look at your monitor and recognize you can't see.
Slow is the way to go if you got to get out this morning. 8:04 right now. We have a breaking news update and a man waking up in jail. Police say witnesses saw him dragging a body down the steps of his apartment complex. Imagine looking out your window and seeing that. Well, Metro Police say that a maintenance worker at the Parliament Place Apartments saw Dominic Collier dragging a body wrapped in blankets down the stairs just yesterday. Police later found that body in a nearby drain. We're told a coroner is working to determine the identity and cause of death here. Right now, though, Collier is charged with a long list of counts, including the abuse of a corpse, failure to report a body, and tampering with evidence. We will continue to update you on this breaking news story as we learn more.
We also want to provide an update to a story we brought you just yesterday, as the TBI has now identified a person found dead in a car in Ashland City. The agency says it was 22-year-old Corbin Rich, who was found around the Bear Wallow Road area there. They have not released an exact cause of death, and the investigation is ongoing. We're also getting brand new information as we now know the name of a man killed in a shooting in Antioch. Police say it was 22-year-old Jonathan Castillo, who was picking up his toddler from his ex-girlfriend's house when he was shot. Now, a witness says that two gunmen told Castillo to put his hands up, and that's when they opened fire. Castillo was taken to the hospital where he died. Police have not released the name of the suspect. If you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers, that number right there at the bottom of your screen. Well, it is our goal to keep you in the know with what's going on around you. You can get the latest update about the local reporting, local news, and even some national headlines occasionally, all delivered to your inbox. You can sign up for our daily newsletter on our homepage at fox17.com.
8:06 right now. Breaking news just in this morning. The U.S. economy growing faster than expected during the fourth quarter. That is according to the Commerce Department that just released the report moments ago. This growth in our economy comes in the face of still inflation and very steep interest rates. So the gross domestic product, you'll hear it referred to as the GDP, grew by 3.3% in the fourth quarter between October and December. That is a much higher growth than the 2% they were predicting, but still a drop from the 5% growth rate that we saw during the third quarter of last year. So how does this impact things like future interest rates and the housing market? We will be watching that closely here on Fox 17 News this morning.
Well, this morning we will be talking Titans in just a few seconds. Rand Carthen, you see him right there. He's got brand new responsibilities with the team. We're also going to hear what a local sports writer from Cincinnati has to say about the Titans' new head coach.
Stakes are so high.
Well, later today, Titans fans will get a chance to hear from their brand new head coach, Brian Callahan. He was hired by this guy right back here, Rand Carthen, who's also received a promotion from the team. Now, Callahan will be joining the Titans from Cincinnati, where he was the offensive coordinator, and he's worked one-on-one with other quarterbacks in their careers like Peyton Manning, Derek Carr, Matthew Stafford, and Joe Burrow. Now he'll get his hands on Will Levis. Now, during my afternoon sports show on WNSR Radio, I spoke with Charlie Goldsmith. He's coming from the Cincinnati Enquirer. He's covered Brian Callahan over the past 3 seasons. I asked him what kind of change the Titans are in for now that he's the new head coach.
And I'll guarantee you this, Brian Callahan will invest more in skill position players than any team in the NFL, except for maybe the Bengals. So I was talking to Brian Callahan about the Bengals' big 3 late in the season, and I was like, you've said these experience shaped your approach to always invest in wide receivers. And he cut me off. He said, always. I will always invest, not just in a number 1, but he will invest more in number 2 and in number 3 wide receivers than just about anyone in football would.
Okay, so you hear that? It's going to change a little bit, it would seem. In addition to hiring Callahan, the Titans did promote Rand Carthen right back here from general manager to executive vice president and general manager. It puts him completely in charge of the entire roster when it comes to draft, when it comes to free agent. He is now unquestioned and in charge of the entire football organization. The press conference to introduce the brand new power structure is scheduled for 1 p.m. today.
8:11 your time, Fox 17, and a code red weather alert for continued dense fog and shower activity that will increase going into the upcoming next several hours, pushing us towards lunchtime, really. Top of the radar right now, not a whole lot that is or has been going on in Nashville aside from the fog. But you take a look at a few areas that are starting to see a few light raindrops coming down. Centerville, when does this end for you? We'll take a look at the back end and see how long it takes to get away. And I'd say about another 5-10 minutes of rain, and you're good with this little cell that's on top of you. Going down toward Columbia, just starting to knock on your door. The more consistent rainfall just behind it, we'll track that into your area as well, about 15 minutes, and then you'll get a good 15-minute half-hour shower. Up 65 through Franklin, through Brentwood, all the way up toward Nashville. Not seeing much when it comes to rain, and the rain out toward the Cumberland Plateau has been dying down as well. So all of this kind of ebbing and flowing, but this is what we're watching down to the south. Our first indications of some more moderate rainfall, and they are tracking up toward the top right-hand side of your screen. That means all of this will be moving in this direction in the coming hours, and then that is when the rain takes over and could give us some potential flooding later today.
Still clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's take a quick look here at the very latest happening on 65 at Dickerson Pike there on the north side. As you can see, traffic is a bit slow. This is not because of the wet weather out there. This is just congestion, we believe, making its way down from places like Madison, Hendersonville, Goodlettsville. But again, 65 at Dickerson Pike is where we're looking this morning. Things are slow, and the fog is not making it much better. Here's a look here. This is going to be I-40 and 24 Waldron Road, making your drive in from Laverne this morning. Things are also slow coming from that direction, but again, the fog plaguing things, and it's going to add another 10 to 15 minutes to just about anywhere you're going this morning. We'll continue to watch the roads.
The newly introduced bill aims to eliminate grocery taxes. In a few minutes, I'll have what that could mean for you.
It's the B.F. Myers Florist.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning at 8:15. Let's go to Greg Bobus. He's been watching the forecast here for us. He's been extremely busy. We've gone code red.
Yeah.
We've got fog and we've got rain.
Every time I've heard you say that this morning, we got fog and we got rain, I just think of that old song, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Thankfully,
well,
we're not in that scenario.
I'm not doing that.
Not right there.
But that's the song that just keeps popping in my head.
It's very different. We're not doing that this morning.
Well,
and if we had fire, it would be out. We wouldn't be able to see it.
It would be doused. Greg, Justin mentioned you were watching the weather, but you track it too. I mean, you've been putting tracks on these systems as they move through all morning long, letting us know when the next rounds are moving in.
Yeah, and these are the tricky ones to track because they pop up and they die down so quickly that within 15, 20 minutes of it literally gaining enough energy, the thing's gone. So that's why we're trying to do the best we can to get you out the door in the locations that will get these little pop-up showers. And we've been actually watching these two things in tandem very closely, the fog and the rain, because the areas that did not get any rain overnight are the ones where we're seeing the fog where it's the most dense here this morning, and it's been relentless. It has not gotten any better. More showers and storms later on this morning into early afternoon, but a lot of the locations that have the fog now are using a lot of that energy in the atmosphere to create the fog, and that might limit the ability to put down significant rainfall totals when this does pick up. Taking a look at visibility tracker, I mean, we have dense fog all the way through southern Kentucky, and you have a dense fog advisory until noon. Everywhere else across Middle Tennessee, it's only until 9, but I can guarantee you that we're not going to see it all go away in 45 minutes from right now. So even if you are hitting the road after 9 o'clock, please just use all the precautions you possibly can, because we do have wet roadways. We do have ponding in some spots that you may not be able to see. And then you come up on it, maybe even a pothole filled with water. All these little things can add up to a really rough start to your day. Future rainfall that carry us through the rest of today. Up to an inch and a half of rain, mainly in our southern and southeastern counties, where the rain was a little more prevalent overnight in terms of hours worth of showers that tracked through. 65 degrees this afternoon. We're going to be very warm. Cold front moves in Saturday, though. We'll go from 58 on Saturday to 46 on Sunday. Sunday, the drier day, but also the cooler day, and cold nights return going into next week.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get you to the north side. This is going to be 65 at Dickerson Road there. You can see traffic creeping along as you get closer and closer to Trinity Lane. You could try to use Ellington Parkway. It's going to be foggy. You could try to use Dickerson Pike. It's going to be foggy. You could try to use Brick Church Pike. Yeah, there's fog there too. It's everywhere across the midstate, and some parts are thicker than others. Prepare yourself. I'm about to switch the camera here just to kind of show you. Yeah. Okay. Now listen, this is I-65 at Harding on the south side of town. I promise it's there. There are cars moving around. It's just really hard to see. The distance between this camera here, 65 in Harding, and this camera here, 65 at Dickerson Pike, is about 10 miles. So 10 miles in difference will give you that particular perspective as how quickly things can change as far as your visibility is concerned. You could try to take the local streets around that area there on the south side, Franklin Pike, Woodland, or Woodmont, rather, down there. That's going to be your best bet to steer clear.
You know, it's interesting, too, because Greg has been saying all morning, wherever the fog is the thickest is where we don't have the rain. So hopefully the rain will come in and clear that out for us. More headlines here this Thursday morning. We all know that grocery prices are still through the roof. We feel it every day in that bill where we have to open up our wallet. Well, right now, perhaps some good news. There is a push right now to try to get rid of the grocery sales tax here in Tennessee permanently.
There is a representative named Afton Bain who is trying to sponsor a bill to make it happen. So Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar has been speaking with the representative. She joins us from a local store here in Nashville to tell us exactly how customers are reacting.
Hi, Justin and Jen. Well, for some perspective, Tennessee's grocery sales tax is one of the highest in the nation. So the bill, if passed, could help customers in the checkout line with their bottom dollar. So, for example, if they're coming into places like Kroger and getting avocados, apples, or raspberries, they simply could pay less when checking out. And I'm here with a Kroger customer. Her name is Alfreda Bell, who tells us, how do you think that this bill could help you if it's passed?
Oh my God, this bill would be just so awesome. No tax for groceries right now with the rise in cost of food and the government not being able to help many people with food stamps, and with paying cash, no tax, it would help so many people.
Thank you so much, Alfreda. Now, Representative Afton Bain said this bill will help working families and those who are lower income, just to give you an idea. Now, the only issue with this bill is where's the state going to get revenue if the grocery sales tax is eliminated? Well, Representative Afton Bain tells me that the bill would close corporate loopholes and tax them as a measure to gain that revenue. I'll have more coming up for you in the next half hour. Reporting live inside of Kroger, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, Karen, thank you so much. Well, there is a brand new video out that shows country music star Chris Young being arrested at a Midtown bar. Coming up, we've got a retired Metro officer telling us exactly what he sees when he watches the video.
It's 8:21 right now. If you're about to head out the door in the next 10 minutes, you're going to have to contend with the fog. We've got dense fog advisories for the entire mid-state right now, plus flood watches for some folks. We're tracking both of those high-impact weather elements in the next few minutes.
Your design obsession.
Good morning to you. Welcome into Fox 17 News this morning. It's 8:24. New video from overnight raising questions about the arrest of country music superstar Chris Young at a Midtown Nashville bar. Fox 17 News reporter Kylie Walker has the video and what a former Metro officer has to say about that video and what happened in this situation.
The police affidavit says agents with the ABC checked Young's ID during a compliance check at Tin Roof. Young questioned the agents before recording them and later following them next door to Doghouse. Now that's where they did another compliance check, but upon leaving, Young stuck his hand out, which you can see here in two different angles. He then got pushed. And while retired Metro Police Officer Ken Alexandro says that Young put his hands on an agent and was interfering with an investigation, Young's attorney called the situation wrong, now wanting the Tennessee ABC to drop the charges and apologize to the country singer.
Or Chris could just apologize for sticking his nose in somebody else's business. Mind your own business. and you don't get arrested. That's pretty much a golden rule for life.
We tried to get an interview with Young's attorney, but failed. We also tried to get a response from the ABC, but they said they could not comment further, directing us to the police documents.
All right, Kylie Walker, thank you for that report. Now, Kylie also had a chance to talk with the folks over at Doghouse, and they say this whole thing came as a surprise to them because they say Chris Young has been there many times, never caused problems or been disorderly or disrespectful. So we'll see how this plays out. Will the charges get dropped? Will this proceed as an investigation and official charges? We'll let you know both on air and online at fox17.com.
8:25, taking a look at your forecast, and yes, the fog not going anywhere for the next couple of hours, and this weather maker is being very stubborn. Most of our moisture for this is still well down to our south and west, and it has been stuck all the way from the northeast straight down toward the Gulf of Mexico for about 24 hours. They call it a stationary front when the blue and red mixed together like that because it's stationary. It's not going anywhere. It'll eventually track out later on this afternoon toward the evening. A little light rainfall out there now, but most of us aren't seeing anything substantial happening aside from the fog. That's the big story this morning. We're code red this morning for fog. We're code red this afternoon for more additional rainfall. Here's 10 a.m. on Future Track. Here is going into 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The yellows and the oranges and the reds mainly going to be down to our southern and southeasternmost counties here. Lighter rainfall the more north we get, and if you get into portions of southern Kentucky, you don't get much additional rainfall at all, which is good, but you've also been the ones dealing with the most dense fog all morning long. So we're all kind of getting our own little batches of something going on here for us. Taking a look at when this finally moves away from the area, going into tomorrow morning. Rain will be over for a little while. We'll get a little bit of a break for tomorrow, and then we bring back more rain. Another weather maker going Saturday into Sunday. Cold front moves in. That means that when the rain comes down, the temperatures begin to fall with it. We'll look at that in your 7-day forecast and keep tracking what's on radar for you in just a few minutes. And right now, we keep seeing stuff pop up on Steer Clear Traffic that we just can't see pop up on Steer Clear Traffic. What a morning, John.
Yeah, case in point is what's happening right now. I-24 at Hickory Hollow Parkway. We do have a crash reported here. It's just tough to make out. To me, it looks like we've got a truck and a car on the far left inside shoulder coming into Nashville. You can see that's causing a big jam up here. Huge brake check. Folks just trying to get around it. Oh, and look, there's a TDOT worker going in the opposite direction. They might be making a U-turn to get back around to this to give some cover. So this is the most recent crash that we're following now. Again, this is I-24 inbound to Nashville at Hickory Hollow Parkway. We'll get another look at it in just a few minutes. At 8:28, a Muslim woman sues the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office for an alleged civil rights violation. And now the county is being forced to make changes. We'll detail that in the next 3 minutes.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning. Here we are. We've had the rain now. We've had the fog. We've had the combination of both of those throughout the morning. And unfortunately, we're going to get a little bit worse before we get better when it comes to the rain. We're in a code red, a weather alert I'm tracking for you.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. This is going to be I-24 at Hickory Hollow Parkway. As you make that drive in, we are dealing with a crash, slowing things down as you make that drive in from Antioch. We got the best way to steer clear and also how to deal with all that fog out there.
Noticing somebody driving by live in that shot with the headlights off. Quick reminder, if you're getting ready to head out the door, make sure your lights are on so other people can see you.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Fox 17 News this morning, just after 8:30 on this Thursday. I'm Justin McFarland.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. Glad to be your live local news source through 9 a.m. Eric is off today. Let's send it right over to Greg. It looked like, Greg, in that Metro Center camera you took just a moment ago, that the rain might be creeping back in.
Little bit here, yes. We're going to go right onto radar. This is light rainfall. So this is not anything big just yet. But at the bottom of your screen, we do have some more moderate rain beginning to make its way into Middle Tennessee. So let's take a look at the Nashville area first, and then we'll kind of make our way down toward the south and track that first decent batch of rain that we've seen so far this morning. Not to say that all these little showers are not a nuisance and don't add to the road conditions here, but if we take a look, Nashville, a couple little light sprinkles. And an hour ago, they weren't here. Taking a look, we go back, and even as, Very, very light rainfall. I want to focus more to the south, what's coming our direction. Kingston Springs, Dickson, Charlotte, moving up toward Ashland City. This is going to continue to move into the Bellevue area as well. We'll track it into Bellevue first and see what's going to happen here. 20 minutes. If we get out toward Kingston Springs, a couple of light rain showers that are starting as we speak, but the more significant rain, as I mentioned, that is down to the bottom of our screen. We have to find it here for us and see how long it takes to really begin to impact places like Columbia, Lewisburg. This is the direction it's moving in. So you've had the light rainfall, but when do we start to see this move in? There we are, about 26 to 35 minutes. We're going to bring in some moderate, steady rainfall. I've got lightning indicators turned on. We have had no lightning overnight into this morning, but there could be a clap or two of some thunder late morning into early afternoon. We'll take a look at that on Future Track in just a few minutes, the next check of your COVID forecast.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to the latest happening on I-24. TDOT has now arrived dealing with that crash at I-24 near Hickory Hollow Parkway. We got two cars there against the barrier on the left-hand side of the road, so heads up. It is causing slowdowns as you make that drive in from Murfreesboro, from Smyrna, Laverne, into downtown Nashville this morning. As a matter of fact, latest drive time, we're looking it up right now, just over an hour right now, around 67 minutes or so on that drive coming in. Normally about now starts to lift and dip below an hour. Not going to happen this morning with this crash, plus all the heavy fog that is out there. We're also seeing slowdowns like this one here. This is at 65 and 40 near Rosa Parks. Lots and lots of heavy congestion making its way towards the downtown loop there in Metro Center. Take some extra time. Give yourself an extra 10 to 15 minutes. I don't care where you're going. I don't care if you're getting on the interstate or not. It does not matter with the fog like this everywhere and the wet conditions. You need extra time.
And I said to her, begging and pleading, you know, how important it is to me, what it means to my religion, that's in my Quran, that it's a symbol of my faith, and I have to have it on. I cannot take it off in front of men.
New this morning, Rutherford County is settling a lawsuit filed by the woman you just heard from there, a Muslim woman who was required to remove her head covering for a booking photo.
We're talking about Sophia Johnson, and you may remember this story from a few months ago. She was booked in on a minor charge that later was dismissed. She asked for a religious accommodation because devout Muslim women believe only their husbands should see their hair and face.
Said, you know, just told her the importance of my religion, what it means to us, and how I would feel naked without it, and how no man has seen my hair since I was puberty.
Well, Rutherford County agreed to pay Johnston $100,000. The county is also updating their booking policy, and as a result of this lawsuit, also has to destroy all records and video associated with her arrest. Now, if you'd like to read more about this story, there are some more details that we have posted right now at fox17.com. A Tennessee senator taking a firm stance against a popular social media company trying to set up shop here in Middle Tennessee. Senator Marsha Blackburn releasing a statement in opposition of reports that TikTok may be looking to find a permanent home here in Nashville. Let's head over to our Fox 17 News website, and you can see the story here for yourself. In her statement, she says, quote, Tennesseans do not want communist China to set up shop in our backyard. She goes on to say TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, is tied to the Chinese Communist Party by strict laws in Beijing that force companies to hand over users' personal data. Now, that is just part of Senator Blackburn's statement. If you'd like to read the full thing, you can see it right here at fox17.com.
Well, look at this from Smoky Barn News. Look at the flames shooting out of this building here. It's a shopping center in Greenbrier that burst into flames yesterday. Multiple fire departments turned up to put that fire out. Highway 41 was briefly shut down very close to that shopping center near Cunniff Drive. Thankfully, there were no injuries reported, but Smoky Bar News is also saying that the Greenbrier fire chief says the cause of the blaze is under investigation, and you can see a big part of that building a complete loss.
Yeah, good point of reference here. This is just down and across the street from Greenbrier High School.
Okay, right there on Highway 41, the main drag.
I'll tell you about a legislative effort to end Tennessee's tax on groceries coming up in just a little bit.
Who has the
on.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. It is 8:40 right now. We all know every time we go to the grocery store, it still just pains you to pay the bill. You're trying the coupons and the apps and all that good stuff to try to save some money, but grocery prices are still sky high. And so a lot of folks, just like us, are wondering what's going to happen with grocery prices in 2024. Will we see a return to more normal prices?
Well, whether we see that returned or not, there's still a push right now in the state legislature to try and suspend Tennessee's grocery tax. State Representative Afton Bain is trying to sponsor a bill to make that happen. Let's get out to Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar, who joins us live this morning. She's getting some customer feedback at a local grocery store and some reaction to this.
Good morning, Justin and Jen. For shoppers who want to go down the aisles of Kroger, other grocery stores, and pick up items and save a buck, just like me and you, I've got good news for you. Representative Afton Bain introduced a bill recently that would eliminate the groceries tax for customers. And so I'm here with a grocery shopper. Her name is Alex Philogene, who tells us what kind of impact it would have on everyday people.
Oh, I think this bill would be a great idea because people who have lower incomes or college students even can potentially save a lot of money just by not having to pay the taxes. It could add up to a few meals a week, honestly, I think.
Absolutely. And you yourself, how are you, what are some of the deals that you're trying to score? I mean, how hard are you trying to save? How important is that for you?
It's important because saving, even with the Kroger card I use, you can save up to like $5 if you look for like the certain things on sale, like right there. You can save like $1.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those who are hoping that this bill pass, it still needs to go through a couple of steps. It's just been introduced, but if the bill does pass, it will take effect on the 1st of next year. Reporting live inside of Kroger, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. All right, we'll see whether that gets any traction. In the meantime, you're going to need a little extra traction out there on the roads, especially in this rain, so take it slow. Right, check the tire treads.
Yeah.
Make sure you're good on that, and watch for the fog this morning. This is our visibility tracker that Greg has pulled up for us right now. You can see the worst of the fog looking to be in places like Dickson, Nashville, Gallatin, Portland, but still thick in other locations as well. We do have that dense fog advisory that's in effect this morning. We'll check in with Greg in just a few minutes.
8:43 is now the time. Let's take a look at your circular traffic out there among the fog. Good thing police have a lot of lights on their car because that's exactly what you're going to need for visibility this morning. This is 24 Hickory Hollow Parkway. You make that drive in from Antioch, from Laverne, from Smyrna. We do have a crash there against the wall, shutting down at least 2 lanes at this point, and is causing traffic to crawl in from places like Smyrna and Laverne and Murfreesboro. Drive time right now around 70 minutes on that particular part of your drive. You can try to use Murfreesboro Road as the best way to steer clear, but trust me, this time of the day, it too is going to have a lot of drama going on. So just give yourself extra time coming in from Rutherford County. We continue to follow the drive elsewhere where things are starting to ease up there on 65 near Rosa Parks coming through the Metro Center area. Just know everywhere you go, it doesn't matter. It's going to be wet or there's going to be fog or both as you get out there on the roads this morning.
A toddler dies because of a fentanyl overdose. This morning, Fox 17 News continues to work to get answers after the death of Ariel Rose. And Amanda Chin taking the lead on this story. She's taking a look at the newest questions in the case.
Count on value with certified
8:46 is the time. Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. We are watching, of course, the weather outside. We've gone code red. It's not just because of the rain this morning either. It's the heavy fog as well.
Combination of both. Right now it's been more so fog than it has been rain. Later the fog will go away, and then it'll be more so rain and potential flooding. So this is a day-long process of multiple different variables we've got to talk about here just to get you going today. So dense fog this morning. We have had visibility lower than a mile for the last 5 hours in many areas here across Middle Tennessee. And more showers, more storms. We'll be tracking them for you here on Future Track momentarily. Cooler by Sunday. So we're going to be in the middle 60s later on this afternoon. By the time we get to Sunday, middle 40s for temperatures. Code red threat level, yeah, we're still in the alert mode for the fog and then the pockets of heavy rain that will develop. A few of them are starting to get really close to our southern counties. Nashville area, a couple of light sprinkles have been out there on the radar, and the flood watch that we're going to have that's already been in effect continues until 6 p.m. Basically everywhere south of I-40, you have the best chance for heavier rainfall today, and the best chance for standing water due to that heavier rainfall. This is a dense fog advisory. No shock to the system there if you've looked outside. This is until only 9 o'clock here in the Nashville area, but we're going to show you cameras momentarily where you can't see anything. So just because this is until 9 a.m., actually, here we go. As of around 8:30, it's now extended to 11. So they're seeing what I'm seeing. Fog's not just going to go away with a snap of a finger. This is going to stick with us for a little while longer. The visibility is not good. The radar has been fairly calm and tame here for us so far this morning, but that is going to pick up later on this morning into the afternoon. 65 degrees later today, 59 tomorrow, 58 on Saturday, and then 46 degrees on Sunday with colder nighttime temperatures in the 30s. So a little bit of a flip-flop back to more normal temperatures by the time we make it into next week.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning at 8:48. We are checking in on I-24 out here near Hickory Hollow Parkway. You have to take my word for it because I know it's hard to see. We do have a crash there on the shoulder of the road. Police are there in a big way trying to get everyone to move over, and it is causing a bit of a backup there. Let's take a look here. This is going to be 24, about 2 miles behind where that accident is. And you can see how the traffic is slowed down. The drive time right now from Murfreesboro into downtown Nashville is well over an hour. As a matter of fact, it's about an hour and 5 minutes at this point. You could try to take Murfreesboro Road as a good way to steer clear. Nolensville is also a good option for those of you available to do that.
It's 8:49 right now, and Fox 17 News is still working to get answers after the death of Ariel Rose. The little girl you see behind us here was just 23 months old when she died, essentially of a fentanyl overdose at a transitional housing facility in North Nashville.
Now, the autopsy shows that Ariel Rose died from fentanyl toxicity. Her family has told us that the facility where she died should be held accountable for this. Fox 17 News' Amanda Chen has been on this story for months at this point, trying to talk to anyone who's connected to it, including now the grandfather who's following this lawsuit.
Yes, I've been in touch with the grandfather quite often over the past year, and we've been looking to get answers and justice for Ariel for over a year now. And while there have been arrests, some feel others are trying to shift the blame. Ariel's grandfather is suing the nonprofit running the facility and the owner of the building where she died. But the defendants are now pointing fingers at others in a new response filed by the attorney, including the Department of Children's Services and the aunt who had custody of Ariel. The attorneys for High Road Place believe DCS failed Ariel when it came to retaining custody and placing her in an appropriate setting, and named several duties DCS is required to follow under state law. I spoke with Michael De Leon, a local advocate who speaks at schools across the country, educating students about the dangerous reality of drugs like fentanyl.
You know, these are obviously people who are addicted to fentanyl, using fentanyl, and then an innocent toddler, an innocent child, gets this poison. They should have never been in the presence of a child, but you're not in your right mind when you're in addiction.
So, Amanda, we know you've been covering this story since the very beginning, and there are other toddlers who unfortunately have died because of this.
Yes, I have covered, the death of 23-month-old Cashton Blaylock, who also died from fentanyl, both the same exact age. And I know that the Davidson County Health Department has told us that from the start of 2022 through the end of 2023, there have been 21 suspected drug overdose deaths from children 17 and under. Wow. So it is a mind-blowing statistic, and next Thursday I'll also have the full investigation, and I'll also have new updates. The two accused of in connection with Ariel's death, they're going to be appearing in court.
All right, we'll look forward to that. Amanda, thank you so much for your in-depth reporting on that. At 8:51 right now, we have an update to a story that we first brought you as breaking news yesterday morning. We now know the name of the man who was killed in a shooting in Antioch, but more than that, the bizarre circumstance under which this happened. So we'll give you those details here in moments.
I didn't know what else to do.
At 8:54, here's a recap of our top stories this morning. We begin in Ashland City, where we now know the person who was found dead in a car just off Ashland City Highway. This is 22-year-old Corbin Rich, the person who was found off Bear Wallow Road. They have not released the cause of death yet and say they continue the investigation this morning.
Well, we also have brand new information about a man who was shot and killed in Antioch. Police say it was 22-year-old Jonathan Castillo, who was picking up his toddler from his ex-girlfriend's house when that man was shot.
A witness told police that two gunmen told Castillo to put up his hands, and then they started shooting. Castillo did go to the hospital, where he later died. Police have not identified any suspects as of this morning. If you have any information, you can call Crime Stoppers.
We do have an update to share with you out of Hendersonville this morning. The Trinity Broadcasting Network now says they will not demolish the Conway-Twitty mansion there in Hendersonville, formerly known as Twitty City. Now, the group initially said they would demolish the building at a planning commission earlier in the month, but then they changed their mind after large public outcry.
Yeah, and the whole reason that this even came up was because of the tornado that came through Hendersonville and parts of Gallatin, doing a lot of damage to that building. So the mayor and board of aldermen now moving forward with plans to instead rezone that property to allow for other things to happen, but at the same time preserving the original mansion.
Yeah, they said they're going to use that as an office and a community center.
8:56, we've got a live look from Nashville as we continue to track the rain, and it's covering the camera lens here in Metro Center, Greg.
Yes, it is. Light rainfall coming down around good portions of the Nashville area, and the biggest story has been the update we got about 10 minutes ago that, as thought, they're not expiring the dense fog advisory for 9 a.m. It's now going to go until 11 o'clock until they'll see significant improvement when it comes to those patches of fog that have settled and entrenched themselves across almost all of I-40 North all the way into southern Kentucky. Taking a look. 65 degrees this afternoon. It'll be warm. It will rain more, though. That's going to be tracking in later this morning into early afternoon. I'll be live on Facebook in about 10 minutes with a more in-depth look at what's coming our way with the rain later. So I'll see you there.
All right.
Thank you for watching. Here's America's Steals and Deals.
Most people have known someone with asthma, or at the very least know a thing or two about the disease. Well, something that you may not know is that